Hello, you're listening to the Bold and Budaful show. I am Buda.
And I am Bald.
Yes, you are, you ugly son of a bitch.
That's right, don't you forget it.
Oh, I'm so glad to be back, guys. 100%, baby, 100%.
100% of what?
I don't know. 100% of myself.
Right, for all you guys who remember last week, Buda got so sick. Oh. He had to end the last 45 minutes.
I was only at 10%, which is what Craig would be.
And he bitched as me and Richie had a great conversation talking
about as soon as I leave, penises leave the room. Penises leave the room. I love my wife so much. Shut up.
And I do.
How much do you love her?
I love her. Just because someone's working on their future third ex-Mrs. Buda.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
And we are both still on our first.
Which reminds me, we still have to move the first two bodies this week because I ain't got the line.
Rich, I don't. We're out here talking about our wives, how we met, everything else, and he's texting me. He's half dying in the other room.
You guys are killing me.
He's laying in. He's like, it sounds like an episode of The Golden Girls. Where's your penises? I'm getting all these texts.
Whoop-ah.
Well, you look like you were The Walking Dead.
Oh, I was.
Now or last week?
I shit a Walking Dead baby.
So what do you call this now?
Oh my God, my systems were on backwards, bro. I was fucking shot.
Yeah, you were pretty.
I was bad.
Pretty bad last week.
Pretty bad. I made it to work the next day though.
Yeah.
Because I'm a man.
What bullshit? You're a man. You called out sick, and his
I went to work that day.
Yeah, but you tried to call out sick, and your boss was like, I need you. I only have 3 guys. I need you. And you're like, dude, I'm dying.
I'm like, this. This is exact. Bro, I can't come in, bro. I think I'm having a heart attack. Yeah, but Jose has to get to the Cheesecake Factory at 5:15. Scumbags. It's all right though. I manned up. I made it in, and then that's where it all went downhill. Oh, it was hard. How would you? Let's start with your weekend because I don't know if Richie has a picture of myself that I want to share yet.
Yeah. Oh, so I mean, yeah, but we can keep talking about you.
Talk about me, all right.
And then we'll go to my weekend. I had a cool weekend. I had a long weekend. I was up in Lancaster all weekend, but
I had a gout attack the week before last week. Okay, then I got rid of that. Then Tuesday.
Well, why don't you explain to people briefly what gout is? The gout, for those of you who don't know, certain extremities swell from eating the wrong foods, rich
when
foods.
You're a fat fuck, basically your body creates this uric acid, which is like crystals in between your joints.
Right.
And you feel like your leg is broken. Basically, that's
Swells.
what it feels like. And the only way to get rid of it is to drink lots and lots of water and shit, poopy it out. And,
kind of flush your system.
Yourself out, yeah. Which is fun when you drive 12 hours in New Jersey for a living. That's fun. That's awesome. It's a lot of pulling over and just peeing on the sidewalk.
and when you're a big guy already and then shit swells up even more.
Yeah. So then Tuesday, I had this heartburn. I don't know what it was. I've never had heartburn before. And it finally went away. So then Wednesday night, again, my goddamn face swells up. Just a little bit, right? So I'm like, all right, I'll take some Benadryl. Everything will be fine. I wake up the next morning to take my son to school. I remember the episode when Jim Carrey burns his face with the curling iron. That was my top lip. It was just like, boom. Like Michelle Pfeiffer would have been proud.
Am I hearing something behind me
in a second.
Ready to come up? I heard a click. I heard a click. I'm waiting to see this.
So thankfully, I got Zach to school. That wasn't the only problem.
Oh, yes, because what else? Well, we'll get into that. Hold on.
That was his face.
Wait, can you make that a little bit smaller?
Yeah, could you make it normal?
Dude, you just sent it to me. That's as big as...
Normal, like it looks stretched.
That makes everything look small.
It looks like my mom's vagina when she gave birth to me.
Yeah. Well, for the 6 years after, when the poor lady had to recuperate.
I am so sick of it.
Look at that. Now, see, that picture just looks terrible because you look so... Everything looks big in that.
All because I pulled a beautiful prank on you assholes on April 1st.
Wrong picture, Rich.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's going by itself. Sorry.
That's a show we're doing. We'll talk about it later this weekend. Me and Buda are doing a...
That's another...
There you go. That's better. There you go. Look at the size of that lip. That looks like a flotation device. If not that... Buda himself doesn't look like he could potentially be a flotation device for the rest of us. But that lip looks like, in the event of an emergency, pull this cord, and we're back to that again.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
And we're back to that again.
It's another cause. Somebody else has issues.
Anyway, yeah, poor lady's dying of cancer. We'll talk about. We're doing a show this weekend for anybody in New Jersey. We'll talk about it more later.
The Bold and Beautiful tour for a day.
April 12th.
For 1 day.
Yeah, actually, we have a show. I got to talk to the guy April 25th at Staten Island, which could technically be the official first. We could call it the Bold and Beautiful comedy night. You know, a bold and beautiful night of comedy.
Just look at that lip. Look at that lip.
But that
Don't
lip,
you feel bad for me?
Not really.
Come on.
I mean, I do a little bit because
Like,
it
I
makes
feel
your
bad
whole
you're
nose.
bold, but that's like, you know.
It almost pulls up, makes your nose look higher. Everything's like, you're like.
No, you gotta understand. Me trying to get that out of my mask. You guys see the mask at the beginning of the show. Like, it was
His
like
oxygen mask.
Yeah, I had to turn it sideways to get it off. So that's not the only issue we had.
You are working on the ISS situation, right? As we
He
speak,
has that.
Rich?
I have it already.
Is it ready to roll? Not.
The video is ready to go.
All right, hold on. So what was the other? What was the other issue you had, brother?
My testicles as well swelled up.
Not your
It
penis.
looked like if you guys saw me naked, it looked like Cred was blowing me. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know what it is. Go ahead, play your little fucking video.
Go ahead, bro.
Your testicles and you.
Here we go. This is a public service announcement.
Take a good
Here's
look.
Buda. Look.
These are the unlucky ones.
It wasn't that big.
Are suffering from ESS, enlarged scrotum syndrome. Here, at the Atlanta Genital Institute, teams of doctors are at work around the clock to cure this dreaded affliction. Hi, I'm Dr. Zillman, and I'd like to talk to you about your testes. The human testicle is not unlike
I'm glad you find this. I could have cancer right
Bro,
now.
look. Oh, yeah, we'll just cut it out.
Sometimes
What?
it's full.
We'll do a benefit.
Sometimes.
Yeah, thanks.
Maybe this will
Anything
help
for
you
Craig.
understand. Look, just
I don't want to look. I lived it, you fucking
Look, your
jerk
balls
off.
are brushing its
Long
teeth.
care
Exercise.
will give you years of
Wait.
maintenance-free
There's no nudity. We're
service.
not allowed to air nudity.
No, it's not me now.
But if abused, well,
Here comes Buda.
inevitable conclusion.
I wish that
Next time,
happened.
do the smart thing. Don't let anything come between your testicles and you. Thank you.
See that? Thank you. That was a public service announcement,
Listen,
Buda.
you don't understand. When I had to get in the vehicle to drive, like my head hit the roof of the car. That's how high up I was sitting on them. I'm like, this is bullshit. I've never wanted to commit suicide so much in my life. So we don't know. We don't know what's wrong. I went to the emergency room. First of all, they took blood from me for 4 hours to see if I had a heart attack on Tuesday. That was negative. Thank you. No heart attack.
Thank you.
It was just heartburn.
I'm glad.
Yeah, that was from Tuesday. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
they thought they ran tests to make sure they didn't have a heart attack.
then they
Did you
just
have any seafood last week?
no. It's not any. Forget about. Get it out of your head. It's not food. What happened was
Gout?
3 years.
I had gout like 4 years ago.
No.
Well,
We're not
you-
talking about gout.
Gout mostly comes from rich foods, from
Rich.
things like seafood, stuff like that. But
Shellfish.
Buddha has his body reacts
It's all fucked up.
to all different things, stresses and everything. Buddha was sick a few years ago with his testicles and stuff, and
Almost died.
And since then, he has a reoccurring problem where when certain things they don't know what it is, they allergic reactions to various things, medicines, foods, air, stress, and he blows up. No, really. Like
My problem is my doctor told me it's stress. I got to do something about it because every 5 minutes I'm aggravated. I swear to God. I drive a cab.
every
okay?
5 minutes.
Dude, every 5 minutes.
That was a fucking cab.
Every 5 minutes, he's every minute of you always see.
I'm gonna take notes. I'm gonna write notes of everything that pissed me off. Like someone didn't use a signal.
You're gonna need another book.
A Mexican wouldn't cross the goddamn fucking road when I told him to go. Shit like that. I'm just gonna log 1 12-hour shift, and then you'll see why I'm fucking want to kill somebody.
Y'all.
Y'all.
That might be part of your problem too. You're talking like that.
Really? How do you say the word jar? Jaw.
Jaw.
I'll punch you
It's
in the
jaw.
jaw.
No, Boston would be jaw.
It's jaw.
Jaw.
There's a fucking R at the end.
Jaw.
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 Jar.
Jar
How do
Binks.
you say Jaws?
Jaws.
Jaws. How do you
Jaws.
say Jaws? It sounds like you're gay anyway.
How would you
Jaws.
say bulls?
Balls. Jaws, balls, cock.
Strike 60 for us.
You know what? We should have Freddie Rubino on here. You think
This
I'm
guy's
bad?
like, I only take 1,200 calories every 7 minutes. What is he eating?
No, this is nothing.
He's drinking a
He
whole...
ate my fucking dinner. What are you talking about?
Oh, I ate half of your dinner. I ate a slice.
I'm dying in the hospital. I need to watch my weight. He shows up with Sicilian pizza. This jerk-off shows up with donuts. They're tossing the bag to each. I got powdered sugar on me 10 minutes ago. I can't use the calories.
Write it down.
I
There you
can't
go.
use the
Things that
calories.
piss you off. But you know what's so funny?
Fucking dickheads.
We were like in school, like, I'll trade you 2 donuts for 1 slice of pizza.
Don't touch my pudding.
That's it. Yeah. Pudding!
Pudding. Every day I had pudding.
Bro, I gave him 1 jelly donut and 1 Bavarian donut.
I don't want to hear
for
what you
one
gave him,
slice of
'cause you're gonna
pizza.
have 1 left hook and 1 right hook, and maybe I'll
I
pop
still
that,
have a jelly left.
maybe I'll pop that Kojak pimple you got. What is going
Nice.
on?
Which one, over here?
Yeah,
My daughter, I can't see it.
It's hitting on me.
Can you see it?
I'm gonna zoom it in.
Can you?
It's disgusting.
Before I left, I didn't even
Oh
know.
my god!
I-
Yeah, do it up.
I didn't even know I
It has
had one.
eyelashes.
Holy cow.
Tell me more about my eyes. I didn't even know. My daughter's like, oh, Daddy, you got a pimple on your face. I don't know if you guys have. See, your kids are younger. You don't have a daughter. They're not. My daughter, my wife. It started out with my wife.
Your daughter?
They are pimple popping freaks. You can't. If you walked into the house and you had a pimple, you're not leaving the house before
That's
that thing
how
is.
my mother was.
Oh, really? See,
Yeah, and I don't even do that anymore. I walk in her house and I'll hey, what's up? Not much,
Bro,
man.
I-
Why'd you hand it? No reason.
I grew up as my parents were like, don't ever pop a pimple. It'll scar you. You'll have a scar for life. I was always afraid to pop pimples. I come out of the Navy. I'm 20 years old. I meet my wife. It was really when I didn't experience this until we moved there and we're watching the replay. Wow, it's really that big? Holy shit.
Yeah, I told you it was hitting on me 5 minutes ago.
I might even put a microphone up next to it.
Hello, everybody. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Yeah, Mike the pimple. Maybe it'll say something funny. You jerk off.
You get whiteheads also now.
Yeah, this was a whitehead.
That was
See,
a white- that's
my
what-
daughter. My
What are we,
daughter.
racist?
Yeah, I had a blackhead too. I have one
Yeah,
right
he
here.
hung it.
No, but so I'm 20 years old. I just came home from the Navy, met my wife. We moved in with each other.
Oh, here we go.
I come out of the
We know
shower.
you love your wife.
I come out of the shower one day, and like she's missing. I'm like, where is she? You know, and I'm in my towel. She falls from the ceiling like a fucking Black Widow spider and fucking pounces on me like I'm a gazelle and she's a fucking tiger because I had a big pimple on my back. She's like, bang, 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 bang. I'm like, ah! It was like my first time I ever had a pimple popped. Since then,
Hot compress, man. That's all you need.
oh, no, they don't want that. That takes away from the joy.
Little did she know it was his penis.
Well, there's a newer joke that I've done a couple of times on stage.
I'm
where-
sure there is.
When I wake up now, I'm in my 40s, and if I wake up with a pimple, I feel like a teenager again. If I wake up with a pimple and an erection, I feel 17. I'm like, baby, look, I have a pimple and an erection. And she goes and squeezes the pimple. I'm like, how gross am I that you won't even touch my friggin' penis, but you'll squeeze the pus out of a fucking pimple?
That's a shame. That's a shame.
No, it's a joke, really. We're actually getting along very well.
But no, I'm okay, everyone. Thanks.
Yeah, hey, so
one cares.
Buddha's alive.
No one-
Looks like $100.
I don't get respect, Rich.
No, you don't get respect.
Buddha broke a sweat before when we broke out those donuts.
Yeah,
He was
I
like,
know.
really? That's fucked up.
You don't even care.
You know I
Hey,
care.
I get no respect for my balls.
You know I care. I call you every day. I talk to you every day.
What the hell is that?
I
You
don't know.
call me every day. We speak always.
See, Rich is supposed to be playing a
Yes, but I
respect
can't fucking find it now.
clip
Oh,
right
is
now.
that what it was?
Yeah, but it's taking 20 and 5 minutes.
What the hell? Oh, because you know why?
It's under Obama.
He is our bro. He
I'm
is
in the
our
wrong
Baba
show.
Booey.
He sucks.
He is our Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
You should pop pimples before we start.
Nice.
Anyway, it would have been funny.
You know what? Richie couldn't find it because he has all that powder from the
Eventually,
donut.
artists like Aretha and Patti
Oh, this?
began
Respect?
mixing gospel with R&B and rock.
But you don't have a video to this, do you?
Instead of singing about love and pain, forgiveness and acceptance
You
to a
got your
church
video to
audience,
this.
they sang about them to the world.
Turn it up a little bit.
And the world had never heard anything like it. When Aretha first told us what R-S-P-E-C-T meant to her,
So good when your president can't spell a word.
she had no idea it would become a rallying cry for
Illiteracy, illiteracy, illiteracy.
This we have video up. We had video of this, didn't we? This is Eddie Murphy.
Motherfucker.
R-S-P-E-C-T.
Motherfucker, you know how to spell it?
R-S-P-E-C-T. R-S-P-E-C-T.
Baby, you got it. What we need, I know you got it. 'Cause so domestic, it's for the respect, motherfucker. When you come on, R-E-S-D-C-T. Find out what's mean to me.
R-S-P-E-C-T.
R-E-C-T-T-T-T. Motherfucker, you know it's right.
So we gotta listen to the whole thing?
P-E-C-T.
Yeah, almost done.
P-E-C-T.
Took me 4 hours to
I
say.
spent a lot of time on it, man.
Mental health.
What, bro?
I'm not in parentheses though.
Never gonna get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got.
There
Thank
go.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fuckers don't respect the balls.
We respect the balls. We don't respect,
gotta respect
the Buddha's
the
balls.
balls. I don't know. Yeah, I went to a urologist. I had a sonogram. It's a boy.
And a
No,
girl.
I had an ultrasound, right? And there's nothing worse than having a woman do it. Like, we're all the guy ultrasounders. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting there with my balls out, right? All out in the open, fucking freezing.
He's like, here you go.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you don't have to get undressed.
He walked him in like this. He
Yeah,
was like,
she's like, just pull your pants down. And then she's like, she puts the jelly on and it's all hot and it hits you in the nuts. And I'm so swollen, my penis is all shoved inside like a turtle, right? And all you hear is... I'm like, this bitch is playing Pac-Man. She ain't even checking out my balls. That's what it looked like.
I would ask her how much for a happy ending.
happy ending. He couldn't even find his pee-pee. There's nothing happy about that when your balls are so swollen. I suffered one time when I was back in California. I suffered blue balls. I didn't know any better though, and
What is that?
I was blue
It's
balls.
when you get teased and you don't.
I was fooling around, and my buddy Kip.
Is that really serious? They turn blue?
No, they just
but
swell.
They swell
like
and
that.
If wind blows on them, they're hurt. They hurt like for. I had it once also.
Oh, did you?
Right, Mom?
Your mother gave you blue balls? At least mine
I
came
had to ask her what was wrong.
See, I got rushed to the hospital. I thought I was having appendicitis. I'm 18 years old. I'm in California. I'm in the Navy. My buddy Kip, who...
I didn't even know this actually happened.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm fooling around with a girl. He comes knocking at the door, banging on the door.
Like,
You heard it here. It was a he.
No, he comes.
No, my buddy Kip came knocking at the door, and I stopped. I stopped what I was doing right before the climax because I wanted to enjoy the climax like an idiot. I didn't know any better, and I went to the door because he was banging on the door like a banshee. I need you to do. I need you. Bottom line, 10 or 15 minutes later, I started getting a bad stomach ache. Oh man, my stomach hurts. 20 minutes later,
right down to the.
I'm like, oh man, I think it's my appendix. I unbutton my pants.
Swallowed apparently.
I unbutton my pants. I unzip my pants.
Whoa!
Now I pull my pants down to my fucking knees. I got them down. I'm like this. My balls are getting all swollen. I'm like, oh my god, my appendix, something exploded.
I never heard of this.
Started getting tunnel vision. I couldn't see. He panics. They're all panicking now. What's wrong with you? I think my appendix blew. They put me in his fucking... He's a plumber. They put me in his van.
Was there a female involved, or was he?
Yes, I was
off?
with a woman in the
He gave
beginning.
me $20 for a bus home.
And 10. It was 1987. It was 1988. It was $10.
Well, $10 tip then.
And it was San Diego. He put me in his
California.
He put me in his plumber's van that had like a little yellow strobe light on
Wait a
it.
minute, this fucking story is so gay. It's not even funny.
He puts me in his van.
Plumber.
Listen, I have to listen to your RSPCT. You can listen to my fucking story, nigga. So, look, you made me say an N-word now. Not that there's any listening, don't worry. Look, he just cringed. Like, my wife said not to say that word. But I used it with an A and not an ER. You're okay. Oh, yeah, good.
Anybody on? Did you look at the...
So anyway, listen to the story. So he puts me in his van, puts the siren on, like he's rushing me to the hospital, like that little yellow flashing light means anything. I get to the hospital. They're like, he can't walk. They come out with a wheelchair. They put me in a wheelchair. My pants are down around my ankles now, so they put a blanket over me because my balls are hanging out. I have tunnel vision. I'm like, I go in. The doctor finally gets to see me, And he talks to me. He's looking. He's checking everything out. He asks me a few questions. Mr. Loydgren, have you had sex? Yeah. Did you complete the act? No. I told him what happened. He goes out behind the curtain, and now I hear them all laughing. And I see the curtain open and people peeking in and shit. And you hear like behind the curtain. I'm like, what the hell's wrong?
Sound like Thursday.
He comes back in and he's like, Mr. Loydgren, you have, and he gives me the technical term.
Go in the bathroom.
And I'm like, what does that mean? He goes, well, you have blue balls. I'm like, really? There's a real such thing as blue balls? He goes, yes, it's from not ejaculating. I'm like, but it hurts so bad. He goes, yes. I was like, what do I have to do to fix it? He goes, well, you have to go home and masturbate. Maybe 2 or 3 times. Bro, do you know what that was like? It was like this.
That's it?
And first of all, like him, your balls are this big, so your penis is inside your body. You got just this happening, you know. And then you got to try to pull that out, and you can barely touch it. The whole area, from here to here, from knees to chest is.
I drove home from Hoboken with it.
What the hell? I've never had.
Pull off at like 1:30.
Maybe that's what I had, but I was alone. So how does that happen? Must have been a really good dream.
Because it said though it hurts from like here all the way down to even the legs hurt.
Bro. It took like 2 hours. Something that normally takes like 2.5 to 3 minutes took like 2 hours, and it hurt. The whole ride hurt. And then the next day, you wake up, it's a little better. You're in better shape. But holy cow!
Never heard of this. Well, I mean, I heard of it, but I mean, I never.
Well, the moral of the story is if you're ever having sex and you're almost ready to climax, and anybody comes to the door, finish.
Don't wait for your song to come on.
Finish.
Do it.
Finish and try for round 2 if you can. If you can't, there's. I'll do it tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
I've held off before though.
Bro, I've held off plenty of times like that. It's different. I don't know what it was. It was all the stars were aligned properly.
Dude, I got wasted one time. Fucking 3.5 hours. I was like done. Enough.
Yeah, well, that's whiskey dick. That's what it just doesn't. Nothing happens.
The girl has a whole bunch of Vaseline like this in her hand.
No, I was. Ready? Are you kidding me? There was a fucking. I had to change the fucking mattress.
God.
Anyway.
And cut. That's enough, everybody.
But I'm alive, not like some other fat people in the comedy industry. But hey.
There you go. Yeah, poor John Panette. Do you want to go into that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to talk about my weekend, but that's all right.
I'll talk about your weekend first.
No. Well, I just didn't want to go off the weekend back onto the weekend.
No.
I forgot. No, but that was a perfect segue to John Panette.
So ruin it.
Before you end, talk about donuts again, and we'll have.
Well, how about we talk about John Panette, because it was a beautiful segue, and then we'll go back into, because it's comedy related. Okay. And it's just sad to come home to find out about, like you said, another fat guy in the industry. Go ahead, man.
John Panette died, but I look at it as like I moved up on the ladder at least one notch.
Shit, I was looking at like me plus 2 other guys of my size can actually move up to the ladder.
Now I'm 100,243 on the list or something.
There's only like another 100 heavy guys out there, bro. I think you need to.
Can you buy his YouTube followers or his Twitter followers? No.
But listen, for you
there's
guys,
no twat swatting.
for those of you who don't know for people who don't know who John Panette is, we have a video clip. Very funny comic. He was around for 25 years, almost 30 years. He was just 50, but he started comedy very young. I think he was about 20 or 21 when he started comedy. He pause it when you get it.
Thank you, sit down.
It didn't pop up. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, get it popped up on pause.
Thank you. Sit down. Buda just shit his pants.
But
I'm sorry.
Sweet. He was on like you said you read before. He was on Seinfeld. He was only on like the last. He was in the last episode.
He was on Broadway. He did Hairspray.
He played the mother in Hairspray, which is cool because if you know, like from the original Jonathan Waters movies, it was Divine, the big heavy bisexual guy, Divine. Then in the remake, it was John Travolta played the mother, and on Broadway he played the mother. And he does a whole bit. Did you ever see that bit on Still Hungry? The first 5 minutes he talks about like shaving his legs and putting on the knee-high stockings and playing. It's funny, very funny bit. But he was a funny guy. He was a heavy guy. He had his demons. He had his demons with food. He had his demons with drugs. But the drugs were due to the pain. He was on painkillers from his issues. He had a disease. He had a heart issue, and he had a liver issue from his weight and from having issues. Yeah. And then he was doing pills, and he had some pill issues too.
John Panette is my goal weight, so should I just kill myself? I should just kill myself now.
But he actually died of an embolism. Yeah, he had. That's what they were saying. It was an embolism, an aorta embolism or whatever. He had a rupture in one of his heart valves that finally put him in, but he had issues, ongoing issues. He was
How old
sick.
was he?
Only 50.
Yeah.
He was just 50 years old.
Was he on stage when it happened? Or
No, he was in his hotel room in Pittsburgh. He was performing. He had shows with all these problems and his weight and everything else. The guy did 250 shows a year. The guy was always on tour, always going. Like me and Buda discussed, like you thought maybe he had that hint that he could have been gay, but never talked about being gay. It would have been fine if he was. But do you have that thing all queued up, picture and all ready to go? Here, for all of you that, if you don't know...
This is his famous bit that he did. We're not even going to describe it.
If you don't know
just play it, you'll know it.
Thank you, sit down. Thank you. There's no way to segue into this easy. So I'm just going to say, so I'm at a Chinese buffet, right?
No segue.
See, there are a few buffets that have never worked out for me. Chinese buffets, you get hungry again. And if you stay long enough, at this Chinese restaurant where I used to live in Boston, I live very near it. That's why I moved there. The owner had my picture up with a slash through it. No buffet. Son of a bitch. He was rude though. He'd come out every hour.
Every hour?
He's still here. He goes again. I give him enough MSG, kill an elephant. He still keep going. You go now. You here 4 hours. You don't come here anymore. Why you have spare rib? You're so big. Eat vegetable. You scare my wife. It says all you can eat, but not forever.
Good shit. He actually changes it like later on. The way I knew it, he says the sign doesn't say all you can eat, not can eat all. That's what he used to say.
Rest in peace, John Panay. And what's funny is
he's not even that fat though.
No, he went up and down. He was heavy here. He's still pretty big. You can see it. He had the whole cut. But he lost weight.
Yeah, for all my fat guys, yeah, tucked in shirt. It's not a good look.
He was a little lighter here, but he went up and down. He fluctuated. Like this was smaller for him, and he was probably close to 300 pounds. He
looked young there.
Yeah, that was probably a 10-year-old clip or so. But and he went up. He was big right before he died, which was sad. But he was from Boston. He was a Boston comic. He was just 50, and what else? Freddie Rubino, a comic that we're friends with. He puts up the guy puts up.
Yeah, Mike Rosano said he was sick at the beginning of the year and he had to cancel some shows.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He put up R.I.P. Rest in Pizza.
Who did?
Rubino, Freddie Rubino.
Rest in Pizza. Which
we have to have on one of these days. We don't want to really do sit-in guests. We want to do more phone guests and stuff. But next week we have a special treat. We have the infamous Mike Buschetti is going to be sitting in with us. For those of you who don't know, Mike Buschetti is the announcer on the Artie Lang Show. He's the sidekick on the Artie Lang Show. He was on Howard Stern Show. He's in a lot of movies.
He looks like a 50-year-old version of Beavis. That's what I always describe him to people.
He's been around. He's been in the business 23 years. He's a comic and an actor.
Great guy.
Very good guy. He's going to come in. He's off next week from his show because the Artie Lang Show is on Monday to Friday from 10 at night till 1 in the morning. He's on like 35 radio stations syndicated, and then they're on DirecTV as a TV show. So they're
off for Passover.
They're off for the week. Is that what it is? Next week's
spring break.
Yeah, it's like spring break and everything. They get like 10 weeks off a year. You know, it's Artie. Artie Lang wants his time off. He learned from Howard. 10 years on Howard. He knows to take certain breaks at certain times. So when the show is off, they're off. So Mikey is going to come in, but Mikey is as big as you guys. So either I'm going to be sitting right here like this.
Yeah, we're not going to have any videos.
or we're going to, doing videos? We may do a couple of, we'll see.
We'll show him on his head. Or his head.
We may have to set up a little differently next week.
I'll wear a shirt that has a screen on it, and we'll just...
I was almost thinking instead of the full table, we use some of the little fold-out tables. We'll put some covers on them. So you have your mic, I have my mic. We'll have a third mic to bring that other mic in for Mikey if we need it. We'll just have little tables and the chairs in front of us. No, you don't like that, huh?
I don't. Whatever you want to do.
We can pull this table all the way down. You can sit at this end of the table. And then we'll put me and Mikey with the little tables. We'll put something over them so they don't look like fold-out tables that you have your kids have their cereal on a Saturday morning. But just for the space.
He's got a big head. He does.
He's got. They say he's got the world's largest head in show business, the biggest head in show business.
I need a new car.
But he is not the only guy who died this weekend. John Panette was 50 and had a nice but struggling, career with illness. But there was someone else who lived into their ripe old age and had an amazing career. 93 years old. The infamous Mickey Rooney. Who started out at 5 years old. He was in like classics like International Velvet.
They just don't name people Mickey anymore.
With Natalie Wood.
Hi, little buddy. This is kind of odd.
I'm feeling lonely. But
Mickey Rooney. We got a clip of his too.
Mickey Rooney was in like International Velvet with Natalie Wood. Yeah. Like you remember the infamous jokes because Natalie Wood died. She drowned on the only wood that doesn't float. Natalie. Why didn't Natalie Wood take a shower on the ship? She wanted to wash up on shore.
Oh my god. Don't do it.
Richie almost spit his drink out.
Never heard that one.
Never heard that one?
No,
yeah.
Up on shore.
Which is a shame because Natalie Wood was a starlet, but they were little kids in that movie. They were teenagers. Mickey Rooney I think he was about 5'1", 5'2", something like that.
This is my Mickey Rooney favorite
Now,
scene,
he was in like 150 movies, but here's the
play
clip that we pulled. It's a great clip.
Yep.
Yeah, The mouse in your pocket and you.
Oh, shit.
The clip that Buda pulled up on the Bald and Budaful show. Here we go.
Hi. Hey, you look terrible. Hey, your friends turned green.
Hold back then.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say he was a dragon. Drag.
Oh man.
What year this was? By any chance or no?
60s, right?
Yeah, it was the early.
Old in the 60s. Holy shit.
Yeah, he looked old.
He was 93 years old. He was born 1920. He always had that look.
So he was 40 and change there.
Yeah, but he looks older than.
No,
wait a minute.
Like Redfall.
You're 40 and change.
He was a premature gray guy, but he didn't look that old. Dragon. I'm on IMDb.
45. You sure? You sure that was the 60s?
I don't know.
He's an actor in 337 films and TV shows.
One less than Kevin.
Wow. Samuel Jackson, I think, beat him though.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is an upcoming thing that he was working on.
Excuse me.
Drive Me Crazy, The Woods. I'm on IMDb, so I'm gonna scroll down. Of course, a lot of the younger people know him from.
Did you say you're on ATB?
IMDb. No.
I'm sorry, Jen.
He's on and hi, baby. I know you're out there. He was in all three. Well, the third one's coming out now. He's one of the three old men and security guards in the Night of the Museum movies.
Yeah.
Me and my sister watched that Peach Dragon to death. It was. I just wanted to share that.
Right, Bill. What we were talking about before, where he plays the movie Bill. He's the retarded guy. Got an Academy Award for that, I believe.
He married that other one.
Leave him land. The Black Stallion from '79, like the
original.
Yeah.
That?
Oh, and don't forget, he is the voice of Santa. He's my voice, the voice that I use, like when I do Santa Claus and stuff, from all the Rudolph's.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas.
Witch Mountain. He was in that, right?
1977. Pete's Dragon.
Oh, so yeah, he was in his 50s. Still.
The year my sister was born. Look at that.
The Black Stallion was 79, which is another. The Fox and the Hound. Oh yeah, he's Todd. I love that cartoon. Yeah, Todd and Copper, Fox and the Hound. He's
Todd.
I don't think his sister's on.
Yeah, she is.
Is she?
Yeah, Michelle Buda. Love Peach Dragon! Exclamation point.
Oh, at the bottom, sorry. Yeah,
You gotta keep looking there, Ricky.
it was funny.
But yeah, so he was in The Year Without Santa Claus. He's Santa, which is my favorite.
That's right. Yeah, I like those. I love
mean,
those.
he's just been in everything. Santa Claus Come to Town. I'm just scrolling through all the TV shows. Bro, 300.
He was in Night of the Museum 2 with Dick Van Dyke and
1 and 2 and 3.
I don't remember the second one. I mean the first one.
Yeah, he's the
Was he in the first one?
He's the little one that wants to fight him all the time. Come on, you little punk! I'll kick your ass. Yeah, it's the three of them. It's the black guy.
I have to watch.
It's
the guy that did all the Bell Atlantic commercials.
yeah, him. The Danny Dick Van
When was
Dyke.
Night in the Museum? Back in the early days or no?
No, that's the new ones where Ben Stiller's trapped in the natural. Yeah,
He's
Museum
the
of
three
Natural
old
History.
security guards that go partying.
Yes.
He's the little one that wants to fight all the time.
Yeah,
So
good
It
movies.
was Dick Van Dyke. I was like, that's right. He was the one that was bad, right?
Yeah, they went bad in the second one.
well, no, they went well. Yeah, they turned them.
Yeah.
Right, they went bad in the second one, right? But so I'll get off this. But he was on everything, man. I mean, some of the movies that he was in: Breakfast at Tiffany's,
Yeah.
What's the Witch Mountain one I was talking about?
Naked City, Platinum
Was
High
he in Witch
School,
Mountain?
Wagon Train.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't see
Magic
him.
of Witch Return to Witch Mountain.
Witch Mountain.
Yeah, that was.
I don't remember seeing him in that one.
Could have sworn. Was he in Escape at Witch Mountain? Anyone?
I'm looking right now. Let's see. Escape from.
My sister said hi, Richie.
Hi, Michelle.
She's kissing your ass because she said you talk too much and no one could hear you. But I'm just kidding. That was 2 weeks ago.
May your balls be bigger tomorrow.
Thanks.
Nice. May your balls swell like balloons. Journey Back to Oz. The Year Without a Santa.
Journey Back to
I'm in the
Oz.
70s because those all came out in the 70s, right?
No, the mountain one's like 80s.
No, 70s.
70s. The first one was 70s.
I know. I said return.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just looking for all of them.
Don't worry about
Into the
it.
mountains.
This will be something we'll look up in our spare time.
Well, you guys keep talking amongst yourselves. I'm looking.
Well, the next subject is your weekend. We can't keep talking about ourselves.
Well, he did The Wonderful World of Disney. He did Donovan's Kids Part 1 and 2. He did Little Spies. The Return of Mickey Splain's Mike Hammer. Lightning and the White Stallion. Oh, The Golden Girls, what you called us.
Yeah.
Little Nemo, The Adventures in Slumberland.
What?
Look behind you.
What are you doing, bastards? I'm all the way up into the 90s, and he wasn't in that. Oh, The Legend of Wolf Mountain.
15 seconds, please.
Maximum Force, Sweet Justice. So I'm gonna give up on this because I'm up to 1995 and I don't see it.
All right.
So if anybody doesn't have an internet show that 14 people are watching and they want to go on IMDb and see if it was him.
Wow, he just doubled our audience.
Oh, sorry. So we had two great comedians, comedian and an actor die this weekend, and one okay comedian almost died this weekend. But he lived,
Yeah.
and he's sitting with me now,
I'm okay.
and he's okay. I'm okay.
I'm funnier than thy.
But so my weekend, I had a great weekend this weekend. I was
It's always about you.
in that's right, motherfucker. I was in Lancaster. Ask my wife and kids. Always about me.
Always.
Free shows.
I was in I had 3 shows in Lancaster, PA. I was at Stitcher's Comedy Club. It was great. We had a good time. I was with Vic DiBitetto, which is a real funny comic, local guy who's kind of blowing up. In fact, he's out right now. He's filming. He's in
Mall Cop 2.
Mall Cop 2. Yeah, Bart, whatever his name is, Barth.
Bart.
Making another one.
Yeah, they're making
I
a
don't know
part
why,
2
but-
in Vegas, and he's got a pretty decent part. He's going to be shooting for like 5 weeks, 6 weeks of shooting. I think he's got about 5.
Where all they doing it in?
They're in Vegas.
Amazing.
He's out in Vegas for a week or 2. He's coming back, then he goes back out for another week or 2. So yeah, he's out there now. He flew out this morning to Vegas, the guy Vic DiBitetto, but I was with him. Funny comic, local guy. I mean, he's from Brooklyn and Staten Island, but he lives not too far from here now.
I want to hear about how you had to go 20 miles to turn around.
I was on the phone when he did that.
You want to hear that? Was I talking to you when I did it?
Well, the
First of
time-
all, question.
The first time when you was
Question.
out of the airport.
Who still uses a
That was
fucking...
different.
And then I know, but then when I heard that you did that again, I'm like, fucking A.
He's a fucking idiot. Who uses a TomTom? Is it really a TomTom?
Yeah, the brand name? TomTom. TOM.
Dum
Don't you have an
Tum Tum.
Don't you have an iPhone?
I have an iPhone too, but the TomTom iPhone is for my phone. The TomTom mounts.
I'm glad you
put
could see the
shit in.
TomTom that told you to go the wrong way. Okay.
Listen, it was my father's. I borrowed my old man's car. He went to Florida, and he's got
He's got the home set to Disney World. That's why he went the wrong way.
2000 Boca Vista Phase 3.
Bro, it sent us to Harrisburg.
I've done that on Route 80, so
It's your father's
It's
TomTom.
something to do with Pennsylvania because I
Got
took it.
maps from like the 40s.
You know what? It's a new Tom.
Turn left
If
up
it was
the
mine,
railroad.
the fucking thing would have went out the window, but it was his, so I didn't want to go buy another one. But I talked
You
to
could get a TomTom free with a piece of gum.
after I put the rant up about this. I had like a half dozen people all tell me that in Pennsylvania, it's something to do with Pennsylvania. It's maybe not mapped properly, but every time people go to Pennsylvania, you said Route 80. I had other
East
people.
and West Route up once, and I don't know where I was like.
Well,
50 miles out.
that's what it did to me. It told me to go west instead of east, and I'm saying to my wife, I'm like, Jen, it's telling me to go west, but we gotta go east. Maybe we only have to go west like a mile, then go east. Like, you know, sometimes the road brings you to another road that makes it quicker. Mm-hmm. So as I get on the big loop to go west, we're about 3/4 of the way through the loop.
You drive a semi?
Yeah, a big car.
I know exactly what it said. Recalculating, jerk off.
Right, redirecting, recalculating.
In 20.4 miles,
so
make the first legal U-turn.
So I turn. I'm almost all the way through the
They
loop.
got Hey Pedro signs on the side there, like the south of border.
And all of a sudden it changes the screen. It flashed a few times and it says go east towards Philly. I was like, son of a bitch, it just went east. I was like, don't worry, baby. We'll just go to the next exit. We'll bang a U-turn. We drive about a half mile down. Now we're on west, and there's a big green sign. It says next exit, 20 miles. There was no turn-off cop things. There was no dividers with the hole in the middle for the loop.
Could you see the other side of the road?
Yeah, but there was a 4-foot concrete divider. Oh. And the police pull-offs.
Dukes of Hazzard, that shit.
Bro, the police pull-offs, they gate them in PA. Like here in New York, you could drive. I mean, you're taking a chance. If the cop's sitting up, you're gonna get a ticket. But in Pennsylvania, they're chain linked shut with a fence and a gate and a lock.
That's because the cops are on horseback.
So you couldn't even drive over the
here he comes.
Yeah, right. But it was just like 20 fucking miles. As soon as I seen that sign, I yelled and screamed for 15 out of the 20 miles. You motherfucker, bro! I'm driving, bro. And she was golden, Jen. Bro. She just sat there. She just looked out the window, and I was like, you motherfucker! And I'm like, what? Nobody lives in Pennsylvania for the next fucking 20 miles? Look at all those houses. What are they all Amish? They have horse and buggy. They don't have to get on the fucking highway.
People out in fucking parachutes.
I'm like, what? You don't have to get on the fucking highway? What? You don't have a car? They're Amish. They're on horse and buggy. They don't need the fucking car. I was like, holy shit, 20 fucking miles. So we drove 20 miles. I could see Jen go. The poor girl, she's just like, yeah, she's like closing her eyes, trying to go to sleep. And she actually did. After I calmed down, she did fall asleep. And about 15 minutes later, she goes, "Hey, Moses." I'm like, what? She goes, nothing, never mind. I'm like, what did you just say? And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, what did you just say? She goes, no, I was dreaming. I was having a dream. I was like, what did you say? She starts laughing. She goes, I said horsies. I saw horsies.
You didn't hear what I was saying, Jen. I'm gonna bench your brain thing. I'm just gonna push him the fuck in.
I wasn't saying that. No, she fell asleep and she was reading about horses. I mean, she was dreaming about horses.
I wish you had one. You could have hopped that.
Show?
The shows were great, and you know what? I tried not to take it out. It had nothing to do with my wife.
Did you lose any more hair?
Yeah, my ass is bolder. I didn't take my wife is a saint. She dealt with my bullshit. She just let me rant and go off. And why? What is she writing? Is she writing?
No, I'm just laughing at myself.
Because I know she's writing shit in there right now.
No, she's saying she totally loves you and supports you, and can't wait till you get home.
Yeah. She's like, that son of a bitch. But the shows were great, bro. We did you were you able to pull up that Amish thing that you want to show? We did Vic DiPotato does Vic's vignettes. He does these vignettes, these little videos, and they've gotten really popular. This video, we put it up. We did it Saturday, just stupid.
He's all over YouTube.
He's all over YouTube. Off the cuff, we did this video. It's got over 5,000 views already. It's got like 5,200 views almost. And it was just it's stupid and it was just impromptu. But this is how we just had a good time.
Was it you and him?
It's me, him, and Tommy Gooch. That's Tommy Gooch. It's Vic DiPotato.
Right.
The one time I don't have cash and you gotta have nothing on you. And I got nothing.
Lucy has it. She's at the outlets.
But it's a Saturday, aren't there banks sold out?
There's all these restaurants we got no cash. You got a credit card? Maybe there's an ATM machine.
I told you this machine looks broken.
Where?
This thing right here.
That's an Amish ATM machine.
It looks like there's nothing in it.
The A stands for Amish.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's check it out. Why not?
What the hell is
Are you open?
Oh, welcome to the Amish ATM.
We need some cash.
You can give us cash?
Give me a credit card.
Friendship. You gotta pass it through the hole at the bottom here. Thank you. Let me see what you got here. Oh, look at you. You must be Italian. a scam?
How much would you like Amish ATM
$80?
machine, jerk off?
Why am I a jerk off? I never even seen it.
We're in Lancaster. Why does it surprise you?
You like friendship Halloween? What's your name, Jebediah?
Friendship, right?
Actually, it's Amish. My brother's Jebediah, but we look the same. Bro, why you sound like an Irish?
Yeah, why are you talking Irish? Like that?
I gotta get out of here. Is that it? Do I get a receipt? Or do I just get...
Would you like a receipt?
No.
That's all right.
Hey,
Forget
you
it.
know what?
Okay, like a little baby doll. It's not okay.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Look at the friendship break. Thank you. Tommy, let's get out of here.
Listen,
Have a nice day. Yeah, you too. Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Holy shit.
Listen. Yeah, you too.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
That's okay, I got my buggy.
Holy shit. Are we kidding?
He started
laughing. And Vic never laughs at him, yeah.
You got him.
Yeah, he
Fucking
started
tough guy.
laughing. Yeah, bro, the accent, I started out like Dutch. I went Dutch to Irish.
Without a reservation.
And so, and after, I was like, I should have said what I was going to say. I looked up at him, I almost started saying, but I didn't know if it would ruin the vine. I was just saying, I really don't know how they talk, so it's a little bit, like, just whatever. But we had so much fun making it. Bro, making it, people came up to us. We were shooting it. You asked, he's using his phone. It's just a 5. Just using his phone. He's just holding it like that the whole time. Doing that, fucking a guy comes up with his wife and his kid with his card trying to like get in on the joke to give a card. He's like, yeah, can I get money too? Has his card out and everything. Like, you asshole. Then other people pull up, they're honking the horn, they're putting their windows down. Then after that, a guy who came to the show that night, this was Saturday, people watched it. There was already like 2,000 views before the night. And a guy that came to the show from Jersey found that ATM where we were shooting and grabbed the baby doll. That baby doll was like a little kid was over there playing and threw the doll in there and the parents left. So he took a picture with himself holding the baby doll in front of the ATM machine. Yeah, this guy Bill. And him and his wife came to the show. They had a good time. I had 3 shows, great shows. I went in a feature. I left the head.
Because he's the only one that would fit in that machine, honestly.
I left the headliner. So when I go back, I'll be a headliner in that club now. I crushed that room. It was just a great time. We had a hotel room that was in the basement. I even did a video about that. It's on. I didn't send that to you. That our fucking hotel room. Now they gave us the room, so I'm not gonna complain.
I saw that. Yes.
You seen that video, bro? We gotta open up the window, and the ground is like at the like here. Like I opened up the window, and the ground is.
You have to jump up.
Yeah, as I said, we have to climb. You don't jump out of the window. You have to jump up.
Though.
It was a nice room, but we were in the basement. Looking out the window at the ground level, the fucking staff was right outside our door. So every morning, like 7:30, 7:45, you hear like all of them speaking Spanish, like loading up their carts to go clean the day. What, my There you go. Un Coca-Cola.
Un Coca-Cola. Un Topo Gigio.
But Topo Gigio. But otherwise, I had a great week, and I want to get him in up there once. Now that I'm in,
I won't fit in that ATM.
See, no, not the ATM. But now that I'm gonna go back, whenever in a few months as a headliner. I'd like to try to get him up there as like the feature and get him to work his way in there.
Yeah, buddy.
So he'll leave a headliner too, man. The Buddha, he can crush it, man. We have me and him.
Not just chairs and soda cans, folks.
But ATM machines too. When the Amish see him coming, they're gonna be like, "Holy shit!" Like they're gonna goes Irish again. I don't know why. I have to practice my Amish dialect.
Yes, it's not from Nid often it.
Well, Michael said I started off. I sounded like the
Amish Mafia.
From Woody Woodpecker. Not that I in without a reservation.
Right. Well, I started out like Swedish. I went like Swedish.
He sounds like the guy from Frozen.
That's what I was trying to say. My son said I sound like the hoo-hoo guy from Frozen, and that's what I was just trying to say. I said,
me thinking you're only the one out to live this.
My son texts me. He goes, "Dad, you sound like the hoo-hoo guy from Frozen. Hoo-hoo! Look at the family. They're in the sauna. Hi, family."
I'm sorry for the violence. I mean, I heard that movie was good.
The movie was great.
Yeah, of course they did.
Bro, the movie was great. The movie Frozen was awesome. But yeah, so I had a great weekend. Me and him had a show.
Out of your video, not Frozen.
Oh.
It's alright, you're old.
Oh, hey, I'm glad you got a kick out of my video. Hey, we're here to try to amuse you people, all right?
That's why we're here.
That's all we're here for. That's why.
We don't know why.
I'm yelling at my kids right now.
Richie puts the lights in the phone microphones. No, he's here for fun. I gotta be nice to him. Otherwise, goes away.
Like I said, me and Buda have a show this weekend together.
Yes.
And the 25th of this month, Friday.
Put that flyer up.
There you go. Yeah, put that flyer. That's the one we had up before.
Rich, you can put that flyer up. Rich, you can put that flyer up.
There it is.
Yes. Laugh with Val.
It is. This poor girl, this poor woman, has got 3 kids. She's dying of cancer. She's not even
Of what?
Breast cancer. And it's not even. She's done. There's no saving her. She's terminal. She's weeks, months left, maybe. Tops.
Wait, when is the show?
This Saturday.
Okay, good.
And unfortunately, she has 3 little kids. They're trying to just raise some money for the family. You know, they have tons of bills because even though when she dies, the bills don't go away.
2014, and people are still dying of breast cancer.
Yeah. And that's the big one. I mean, all the walks, all the money they raise for breast cancer, you think they would have, well, it's early detection. And I believe she had it, she kicked it, and it came back.
Get your tits checked, girls.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
My mammograms.
I'm going tomorrow.
Oh, bro. Yeah, you got breasts.
Men have breast cancer.
So this weekend, if anybody lives...
Maybe that's...
Yeah, well, you know where men get it mostly? The guys that work on power lines. They find guys that work for like Con Edison and stuff. It's something to do with the electrical, like being close to the power lines for a man. Yeah. And they get... It's found more commonly in men who work...
Men get breast cancer, they get yeast infections.
What?
Yeast infections.
Too. They just,
All right, well... Richie just pinched the loaf, so he wants to blame it on
no
yeast
idea.
infection. But this poor lady...
Yeah, I got the yeast infection.
If you guys live, it's in Brick, New Jersey, this Saturday.
Brick, all 7 of you.
Yeah, listen, if anybody's out there, you have a friend, Brick, New Jersey. It's at the Brick PAL building. The flyer's on my page.
It's not in PA, Craig.
PAL, the PAL building in Brick.
If you guys know where the social service building in Brick is, it's right around the corner.
All right. So anyway, just find it.
We'll go to Chuck E. Cheese afterwards.
Use your TomTom and put the
Why
address in.
Why don't you come out?
I may come out.
You
Saturday night?
You won't.
Yeah, it's Saturday night. Bring your wife.
It's closer than the other shows.
So, but if anybody, it's 60 Drum Point Road. If anybody's out there that wants to come, me and Buda, now we put on special guest Mike Buschetti. Mike Buschetti, thank you. Thank you. The guy's going to be here next week.
3, 2, 1.
He's going to take the ride. Thank you. It was just me and Buda, but he's off this weekend, and I was like, hey, you want to come with me? So yeah, he's gonna go up. He'll do 10 or 15 minutes, so you get to see
some of the fucking house.
Mike Buschetti. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun show.
Clean show.
Clean. I can't curse, so I gotta be careful.
He's got to watch what the fuck he says.
That's fucking right.
And if he says flipping, I stab him in the fucking throat.
Will be there?
There might be some kids in the audience. Yeah, so
you gotta hear him when he doesn't try to. Rich, he says flipping. I want to stab him. Get you out of your flipping mind.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say bloody this week then. Are you out of your bloody blooming mind? I'm going to say bollocks instead of balls. Bollocks.
Come on.
So, I'm going to go English on your ass.
Out of respect out of me, you could say balls, please.
Yeah.
After the hell I've been through.
But so if anybody is in the area, Jersey at all, it's a great cause. It's $35. It includes dinner, the show, and beer, wine, and soda.
We need the support because we hate our jobs, basically. We want to do this for a living.
Well, you want to talk about how much you love your job?
Was that a segue?
It was another segue. Why? Yes, it was.
Why I'm good at this.
I'd like to see you ride a Segway.
Oh my lord! It'll be a Bigfoot Segway. Monster Sunday. Monster.
Got the pit crew coming out changing the tires.
Look, Richie's a sandwich away from me, and he's making fun of me.
That's right.
I don't even know if he's a sandwich away from you.
He might not be. He might just be toppings. Toppings away.
You're 2 onions and a carrot away from...
Hold the mayo. We're equal.
So, come on. Tell us about your job.
They stink.
Well, so you work for yourself.
Which is the best thing.
You don't really... I mean, you have bills to pay and things, but being that you don't have anybody bitching at you, I mean, you have customers bitching at you, but at the end of the day, you go home.
Bitching at me.
Well, we all 2 of us have that. We don't. One of them just when they start bitching, he gets rid of them. So
pretty much.
But you, unfortunately, we're comics, so it's hard to hold down a real job. Like, not hard, but we want to be famous. You know, we want better things. We work real hard on stage. He works very hard on stage. I work very hard on stage. We're very funny on stage.
I almost die on stage.
Yeah, so do I.
It'll happen.
People think I'm always going to have
the pilots are really the pilots.
Yeah, people. Although we can't talk about that this weekend.
Had Richie, ever come to a show,
he would know. But
Are you die on stage? Or are you still on stage?
No, that we both work out. Bro, I sweat my balls off. People think I'm going to have an aneurysm.
You got to come to a show, man.
And he works his ass off.
For the show.
Homework for the show.
We
I'm
both
live from the show. I can carry my that tablet and my camera. That's all I need.
We both work very hard. So why don't you bring the camera this weekend and tape us, and we could do some clips. We could put some clips up.
I'll talk to the wife. Absolutely.
And I wanted to just tape because we have to work pretty clean. We can't curse.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hopefully get a good.
Gosh darn it!
Right, diggity daggons.
Golly gosh,
the flim flam on the flim flam.
You cannot say filth, farm, filth. I never said no filth, farm, filth. I'm offended that he called. Fuck you.
Well, you darn tootin'.
Goony goo.
Nice, goony goo goo.
Yeah, we should be doing this for a living.
But right,
we should be.
And Buda works a thoughtless suck job.
Horrible job.
It pays. He makes his money, but he has to work 12 hours a day. Go ahead, talk.
12 hours a day. No, sometimes 13. And I drive a taxi. It sucks ass.
Oh, you know what I seen on the way here today? Amigo taxi service.
Did you?
Yeah.
They're not even fucking friendly.
They're not?
No.
I said
That's what amigo means.
Hey, amigo. It means.
Yeah.
I thought. Do you have to be Spanish to drive that company?
No, I don't work for thy.
Well, I just wanted you could tell your boss, you'd be like, hey, buddy, you know what? You keep it up. I'm gonna go work for Amigo.
Yeah. Well, Amigo's not local. I don't know where they're from.
I see them on the way down on 9.
You got
so many taxis.
Do you guys get stressful driving, right? In Jersey in traffic? Imagine doing it 12 hours, dude. At the end of the day, I want to fucking punch a baby seal in the face.
Twice?
Whatever. I want to feed it pennies. Well, seriously, I'm going to take a notebook one day, and every time I get aggravated, I'm going to write it down. And then you're all going to wonder why I have fucking swollen nuts and fucking heart palpitations and gout and fucking...
Like Bill Murray and Stripes. And just carry on call therapy.
Right.
I'm just going to smoke weed.
Oh my God. We almost killed. Not killed. No. Bro, do you know, because of that movie, I cover my eyes. I do this all the time to my kids when I'm driving. I'm like, oh no. And they're like, Daddy, stop. And I'm looking through here. You can see. But boy, will it fuck up a kid. You want to fuck up your kids, do this once in a while. When you're driving, it's awesome.
You don't need a Pez dispenser. Just when someone's pisses you off, go, would you like a Pez by any chance?
There you go. Right, you kill them.
Turn around while you're driving, though.
Kill them with kindness. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were having a bad day. I thought you were driving a taxi 12 hours a day listening to other people's bullshit. Oh, no, that's me. Go fuck yourself. Like, you can't do like that.
You don't understand that. People suck. They really do. No, foreigners, Mexicans, Jamaicans, African, they don't tip. The only people that tip are, like, people at work. Normal people.
Right. People that don't have it.
People that don't have it even tip. I mean, I don't understand. You go to a diner, do you not tip? Like, it's a tipping industry. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Is it not?
No, it is.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't tip. Usually, if I have a cab driver and he's miserable and he's loud, he doesn't get out to help me with my bags and nothing, he ain't getting nothing.
First of all, we're there to drive the car, not fucking help you bags. Just so everyone gets that. All right? I'll help people if they need it. But if you're a fat fuck like me, I'm not going to get out and help you. Are you going to come to my house when I'm ready to fucking bring in water? No, I'm going to have Craig go to my car and get the fuck out water.
Yeah, I do it.
No, whatever.
My friend in Oberge owns a cab company, and they sometimes pick people up to go to get liquor to drive them home. It's like,
yeah, I know.
It's fucking crazy.
Man. Oh, I believe me. Please, you kidding me?
Do you notice liquor. He always plugs Aldbridge, like he owns the town of Aldbridge? It's always everything ever happened to you happens in Aldbridge.
I'm fucking mayor over there, man.
Oh, all right, because it's all about Aldbridge.
Do they have an Aldbridge or is it a Woodbridge? Oh no, that's a Woodbridge.
That's a Woodbridge.
Ah, Woodbridge is wood and Aldbridge is old.
Oldbridge wasn't Oldbridge. It was over by 516.
That sounded like a Richie Matisoff joke.
Matisoff. Get the fucking name right.
What was it? Matisoff.
This mattress is soft.
My mattress is
silent.
What silent?
You said Matisoff.
Matisoff.
Jerkis die off.
Jerkestein. Friedrich von Lichtenstein. Well, we can't. Obviously, we can't leave a pencil in Buda's hand because he's been doodling all the
I know. I'm
night.
sorry.
So is that it? You wanted to bitch about your job, and that's what.
No, I'm not gonna bitch. I'm gonna take notes and come back and be funnier.
There you go. I lost my job due to comedy.
Sometimes you shouldn't talk.
That's why I lost my job to comedy. I'm a plumber by trade. I got a pretty decent job as a maintenance guy in a hospital, locally by me. And I let the drug rehabilitation floor, the 28-day program, watch my comedy DVD. First it was floating around. I worked at the hospital nearly 3 years. First it was floating around up there. One of the staff members took it and was showing it to them. And it just went into their collection of CDs or DVDs to watch. It was floating around for a few months. The manager got wind of it. Saw it one day and said, Craig, I don't recommend you showing your private stuff up here, your videos up here. I said, fine, no problem. But I never found that video again. It was floating around. It was still floating around. Fast forward 2 years. I work on the floor all the time. I'm from the neighborhood, like everything with you, Oldbridge. Yeah. I'm from the area where I was working. So every time people came through, I knew 2 or 3 people a month up there. Yeah. They were local people.
You can't go anywhere on this planet without Craig knowing 2 people.
This is actually true.
It's sick.
I've been in other countries and I met people I know.
Same way, dude.
So,
mom too.
It's so great. I love it.
But no lie, I people in there that knew me. Guy told everybody, "Oh, Craig's a comic. He's funny. All this." So everybody's asking me to perform. I'm like, I can't perform. I'm at work. I'm a character. I'm animated. I tell stories. I bitch. But I'm like, look, we're having fun laughing right now. Isn't this enough for you? Oh, we want to see your act. So after about 2 weeks, I said, here, brought in my DVD. I said, watch this video and give it back to me. So I brought it back in. They watched it. I gave it to them on a Saturday, picked it up on a Monday morning. They watched it on a Sunday. No harm, no foul. About a week later, they were cleaning out some old drawers in one of the offices in the back that they don't use. They found the scratched up old DVD from 2 years earlier because its name of my DVD is Married and Miserable. Wasn't even in the case, all scratched up. She found it, but I didn't know she found it. So she came up to me and said, have you been showing your video up here again? And I just did the week before, not knowing that's the reason why she was asking, because they found it. I said, I let them watch it last week, and I took it back. Why? I just, the guy told everybody. So they fired me for insubordination. I disobeyed a direct order because she told me once before. Never in my records. In my records, in fact, I had 4 letters of accommodation for doing well. I had 2.
And they can't tell you what to do there.
I had 2 above average evals. She runs. It's the drug rehab floor. They have their own rules. She's the manager. She's a nasty bitch. And she wanted to show that I defied her. Never had when we went to
I'd be using her in every fucking joke.
Bro, we went
women in power.
Bro, we even went when we went to arbitration and everything.
Just kidding.
When we went to arbitration, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" She verbally told me that she didn't recommend it. She never told me not to. She never reported it to my management. It was never put in any of my records or anything. And I said, "Yeah, I'm a comic." And then they tried to in any of my records, my permanent records. The only thing in my records were good things. Yeah, records. You recorded records. Oh. You record every day how many fucking people you pick up and drop off, and 8, 12, records. 6, 9. What'd you say?
I got my decoder ring. I'm good.
No.
He doesn't even know I just fucked with him. It's great. I know,
because records.
Oh, you went for arbitration for unemployment, you mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I went to arbitration to try to get my job back. I went through 4 out of 5 steps. At the 5th step, we were going to a full arbitration in the city. They offered me again one more time if I resigned. They would give me unemployment instead of me. And I was like, you know what? I've been fighting this for over 2 months. I have a family. I'll take it. I'll resign and I'll take the unemployment. So I did. I should afford them. They probably offered me that because they knew they were going to lose. But if they lost, then I had to get, because unemployment then turned around and said, you need to hire him back. You effed up. He didn't do anything wrong. They didn't follow procedure. Union procedures, 1199, the big union, 45,000 employees. But my hospital was bought out by a hospital, North Shore LIJ. They own 15 hospitals. Every year they clean house. They fired another lady. Right after me, they fired the poor girl. She had twins. She had babies. She had them in September. She was out. I got fired. It went through December. I didn't officially leave until February. She had twin babies. One of them died at birth. So she had 1.
God.
She went back to work the end of December. Right after I went out, she went back to work. She used to be on a regular shift. 3 to 11, they started bouncing her around. Now her husband, she had one other kid that was like 8 years old. Her husband works. They started floating her shift to shift, 7 to 3, 3 to 11, and she complained. She's like, hey, I have my old shift. I want my old shift back. I need it. They fired her for, I forgot what the technicality, what they called it. This poor girl just lost her baby at birth and has the other one. they were screwing with her. She was there for like 11 years, almost 12 years. She got fired. Like they every year they clean house. They get rid of about 20 or 25 people. Right after I got fired, someone who got fired like 2 months before me reported them for not destroying people's records, their personal records. And New York One, the news reporter went down there with all the bags of the records, recorded it. Like 6 managers got fired. It was a big, and they all thought it was me because one guy talked about it, and one guy talked about it with in the black, like the fuzzy black face with his voice distorted. And I was like, no, everybody, if that I was already
like
fired.
The Frosted Flakes commercial.
right. Like if that was me, I would have been like, no, I already got fired. I was already disgruntled. Like you would have seen my face. I would let them know where it was coming from. But it actually came from another guy who still works there, who wanted to just be anonymous, but he's the one that did the whistleblowing. So it's just wacky shit.
Sucks.
Yeah, it does. Because then 4 months later, someone at the hospital reported me making money as a comic, and unemployment dropped me. Yeah. So
we make no money.
I know. That's what I was trying to tell him. I'm like, are you kidding me? Look,
it's costing us money this weekend to go there.
I sit in my friend's living room once a week. It costs me $50 a week to do this. Well, not really, but
$17 in electricity.
There you go. 17. Yeah. What the fuck? Is someone coming in?
No, you didn't lock the fucking door.
Good evening,
bro. One day we're gonna talk about this house being fucking haunted. The day I moved him in, I was
studio.
I'm sorry, the studio. I'm sorry. The day we moved all
in Marlboro.
In Marlboro. The funny thing is, the first week we did that when I said we were in Marlboro, and I put up something on Facebook, and all my friends are like, "You're in Freehold," because I forgot the phone told us where we really were.
You forgot?
Never. Bro, the day we came into this house, this studio, to move all this equipment in, I was like, bro, this place is haunted. He goes, yeah, I know. Like it was, you could feel it. Like as soon as you walk in, you don't feel it so much anymore. But the last 2 weeks in a row, I didn't want to say too much. When I went into the bathroom over on that side, I keep getting the chills as soon as I go in there, and it's not from cold. I think a spirit's hanging out in the toilet.
I have no, Craig doesn't realize wind hits lower where he is than other people. So who knows? He might be feeling a draft no one else would feel.
Yeah, why don't you tell him how about the first 4 months you were here, every morning you'd wake up and your dresser drawers were open.
Yeah, that was fun.
See?
But I just roll with it. I don't let it bother me.
Well, that wasn't a weight joke, was it? Roll with me, baby. No, but I know you roll with it because you have to live here.
Right.
And there's nothing harmful. No one's trying to hurt.
Well, the best is, like, my ex, suppose she can, like...
crystals. She's into, like, crystals.
But she could see things. But anyway...
The only Jewish girl I ever knew that was into, like, Wiccan shit and crystals and ghosts and spirits.
Wait, the best is... She knew her name, right? What was it?
Amelia.
Amelia, right?
The spirit that was here. She said her name was Amelia.
Right. So Craig's sitting on the chair, and Craig goes, "Oh, where is she?" And she's like, "Oh, she's up on the stairs." And you had that app, right?
Yeah.
And
on the phone I had that.
And it kept going stairs.
Yeah,
I'm like, shut it the fuck off.
Yeah. No, it said it once. No, it said up. It said stairs, and then it said up. Something like that, because it's one word at a time. It's like ghost app. It's like a half a bullshit app. Yeah. But I was sitting right there. I'm like, where is she? She goes, she's behind you on the stairs. And then I got the chills like I'm getting right now just talking about it. But she said she was nice and everything. And I helped. I was fixing things around here. So she liked me, like, because I was fixing things around the house. I wasn't trying to change nothing. And
supposedly, I don't know where I heard the story. I don't think it was from my ex.
But that fucking app, I put on the ghost app and it went stairs right after she said she was on the stairs.
There was a ring missing or something.
Her engagement... No, yeah, it came...
she was looking for it?
She was looking for her engagement ring that was missing. No, bro, but that's why his
but my drawers were open like every morning.
Every morning his dresser drawers were open. The top drawers were open.
And every time I would go to bed, I would say, I don't have it. I don't have your ring, honey. I'm sorry. If I find it, though, I'll leave it out for you. You know?
Are you on Facebook?
She's not here anymore, though.
Did you ask her if she's on Facebook?
And then what about...
She hated the people upstairs. Yeah, they were black people, yeah.
And then what about the kitchen? How many times did you go into the kitchen and weren't the cabinets open too?
Sometimes. It doesn't happen anymore.
But none of this, it all stopped after his ex left.
This the same week that he freaked me out with this crap, we had these little birds get into the basement.
Bro, You never seen his bro. His basement looks right out of fucking Blair Witch.
Oh.
When you go down there, you're looking for little kids' handprints all over the fucking walls. It's fucking spooky down there.
I'm doing laundry and this fucking bird attacks me down there. It's like I killed the fuck out of it. I mean, I destroyed.
Bro, he was like Chris Farley and fucking.
Bro, there was a fucking broom.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
There was a broom down there. I fucking swept it to death up against the wall. I
cleaned his ass.
There were feathers everywhere. I fucked that bird up.
But all this was happening. Now you could see he knew there was things happening. You could feel it. You get goosebumps. You get the chills.
We're good now.
But nothing violent. So it wasn't. Listen. You know what? If the spirits, they're us. I mean,
you know what else would happen too? During the summertime, I would have that air conditioner taped up in there, and you would hear the tape.
Oh, getting pushed?
Being like someone was outside, like pushing up against the tape.
Sure on the bird?
No.
There was a lot of weird things. Bro, we were moving him in. I moved him in. I walked into this house for the very first time with a box in my hand. I wasn't in here for 10 seconds, and I got the chills. Like to where your goosebumps go way up, and I was like, "What?" And you felt it. It was heavy. Like there was a heavy weight. I'm getting them just talking about it because your body reacts.
Bring Whoopi in here. I'm telling you, man.
What?
We should bring Whoopi Goldberg in here.
Yeah,
Whoopi.
But I told him. But what was funny is that I told him right away. I was like, "Bro, I don't want to scare you, but this place might be haunted." And he goes, "Oh no, Erica already went through here with her crystals, and like she said it was, but it's okay."
Sorry.
Yeah, but you know what?
She did well. I mean,
she knew what she was talking about because some of the things she said.
Does.
Not saying she doesn't.
She's a tarot card reader too.
Right, she does tarot cards and stuff. She had like a spirit guide kind of thing. I kind of believed her that she had an ability to see.
Supposedly my son does too. And when he was 2, he said, I don't remember the name of her spirit guide.
Freddie.
Is it Freddie? And he said the name. So.
Oh yeah,
Zachary when he couldn't talk, he had this imaginary friend. I go, Zach, what are you doing? Who are you playing with? Because I would hear him talking, and he would say, eh. He would say like it was a fucking bug or something.
Yeah, but they always say
one day when he was like 3, he said the guy's
Fred.
name. Yeah.
But you know what? They say that little kids could see it up to like 5 or 6 years old, and then they get a little older and it kind of goes away. But maybe even 8 or 10 years old sometimes. But little kids, because they're clearer, they don't know. Like we try to put denial into our head and stuff.
Yeah, well.
Bro, here's my thing, like with spirits. I watch, it's something that he wants to talk about because I watch all the ghost shows, man. I'm very into it now. I never used to be. I thought it was bullshit. I love Ghost Adventures is one of our favorite shows, like my family. We all watch it. That's the one with the 3 guys, Zach, the good-looking guy with the hair, and Nick.
I could have swore you turned me on to the Plumbers, though.
And Aaron. Well, no, in the beginning we did watch, because Michael watched the Plumbers. But I only watched the Plumbers because I laughed at them. I didn't like them as much because I'm a plumber by trade. Originally I'm a plumber, so I'd laugh. These guys, I always said, like by day they come into someone's house and like, yeah, my toilet's running. And he's like, oh, I can't fix your toilet, but I feel this strange presence. Do you mind if I bring in a whole group of strangers to spend the night, And the homeowner's like, yeah, as long as one of them will fix my fucking toilet,
Yeah, but they like debunked one place. Remember, there was like a one-way mirror and there was a statue face behind it.
Well, they did stuff. They did do a couple of things like that. But when you watch, like again, Ghost Adventures, I like. They're a little more dramatic. But the one guy, Aaron, my favorite guy, the bald guy, Aaron Goodwin, like we always say, it's not Friday night. Do you hear him go, "Oh my God"? That's the one that he always says that. But they pick up. They have video. You see shadows. You see shit moving. They have the spirit, the audio recordings. The ghost hunter guys, they get all the same shit, and then they try to debunk it, or when they can't debunk it, they still say, "Well, we heard something," and the thing's like, "Hello," or it says his name, Jason, and he's like, "Well, we heard something, but I'm not quite sure what it was." Bro, one night, no shit, I'm watching it. And they have the iPad. They have all these apps now, and they have the iPad out that has the Ghost Hunters app and everything. And he's like, "If you're here, knock or say." And when you knock, the thing like lights up. So also it lights up, and you hear like the. And he's like, "Oh my God, do it again for me." And then it does it again. And he's like, "Oh, please do it a 3rd time." And they're like, "What was that?" You just asked the fucking thing to knock for you 3 times. It did exactly what you're asking. Now you're gonna ask what that was? Like how fucking stupid are you?
So I believe in premonitions. Like when my grandmother died like a day after my birthday, but like 7 months before that, I had a dream once. I went to sleep, and I had this really bad dream that my grandmother died. And she wasn't sick at the time. I just said, oh, whatever. So I wrote this little note down, and I gave it to my father. I said, don't open it up until, like, you know.
How old were you?
Ooh, I got a good
I was
one.
in, like, 21, maybe.
Really? You wrote everything down?
Yeah, I wrote after the dream. I just wrote. I was
right. I'm saying you wrote it down.
My grandmother came to me and blah blah blah, and she said, "I'm not going to die on your birthday," and that was it. So then I, whatever. So I wrote. I told him, I wrote my dad. I wrote, "Do not open this until after my birthday." Sure enough, grandmother passes away the day after my birthday. He opens it up, and I wrote down, "Grandma's going to die right after my birthday." Like, it was really crude. She wasn't sick at the point.
Right.
I'm getting the chills now.
How old were you?
He just said 20.
Yeah.
See how you getting the chills?
But I used to like guess things like I got 12 emails today, and I look at my phone and it'd be 12 emails. Every time I'm always guessing shit left and right. Blah, blah, blah,
you know what I do? I know it's gonna sound gay, but I'll be driving around like at work.
I blew this guy.
I'll say to myself, "Oh my god, I haven't gotten a call from this customer."
And they call,
and then all of a sudden I'm picking them up.
Or you start singing a song, you turn the radio on.
Oh my god, why can't I fucking do lottery numbers? Like,
right.
Well, I have two stories. If you're not done.
And the other day I dropped. It was a crazy thing. I dropped Suzanne off at the Nordstrom's in the Fair Wall here, and this creepy guy, after she went in there, creepy guy walks in the mall. And she saw him, he's just walking, he looked like a zombie, looked like a dead person. And I'm like, that's odd. So I went out, took the kids to dinner.
Can they hear you?
Yeah, they can hear me.
Okay.
I read it really, really loud.
Right.
So I dropped I dropped her off with Sammy, and I took Jared out, we went out to get something to eat, came back and picked her up. She came out of the store, the same guy walks in the store again. My wife is freaking out now.
Right.
Same old, I was like, you saw that guy before, right? She's like, yeah, I saw him. I said, that's fucked up. He looked like
a zombie, right?
That's it. I was like, that's it, man. I'm done. We were gone. That was crazy. It was raining out too.
Right.
I got a couple stories. Like, one time, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the whole, like, there's a ghost and 3 men and a baby? Remember that whole?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But it's Ted Danson. It's a poster of him in the closet. So like as they pan at one point, you like see it. It's kind of.
And that's what it was. It was a poster of him in the closet.
It was a one life-size cutout. He had something in the
Just
poster.
like the hanging person in
that was the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have that on VHS. You could see that shadow of something happening.
I've never
back
seen
there.
that.
I have it on. You know what? It's in my basement. Hopefully, if it's still good, we'll try to burn it because they got rid of it. They digitally.
Well, you can go on YouTube and.
But it could now. It could be anything from a guy painting, falling, something falling.
Like,
but you could clearly see in the blue.
Well, they didn't know it until.
They didn't know for years.
I'm just saying, why would you edit that out now? Like, who cares?
Because now it's known people are looking for it.
Yeah, you think they would buy it for that reason,
right? Well, it's
like the same thing with ET when they took the guns out of ET in the beginning. I got two stories about my son. My grandfather. He would
ghost
give
like these kind of stories,
like weird things. Yeah, my son, my grandfather would give Werther's candy. If like a guy was robbing a bank, he'd fucking stop them and give them a fucking candy. Right?
Nice.
So when my grandfather passed away, he was laid out, and in his hand we had a Werther's, and I gave everybody a Werther's everyone knew what the fuck it was, even my friends, everybody knew. So. Okay, we went to my grandmother's room. Okay, my grandparents had their own room in the house that I grew up in.
She was still alive, though, grandma.
Yeah, grandma was still alive.
Is this grandma just passed away
like
a month ago?
Just passed away. Yeah, 99 by the way.
Wow.
I know. I almost die at fucking 39. I mean 39. Anyway.
49.
All right.
What was the show?
So my mom, we gutted the whole bedroom.
Yeah.
Took everything out of the bedroom. We had everything clean. Got rid of his clothing. Everything. Right. So Christmas. Right? Zachary's like, I don't even know. He might not even been one because he was crawling. And he's crawling around. He's playing whatever. All of a sudden, he like crawled like under the dresser. Like it was one of those old high dressers. He fucking comes out. He's got a fucking Werther's on Christmas.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh,
wait, this is even creepier. The day before my grandfather passed away, my son. I'll fucking stab you.
He ate a jelly donut in front of you. No, keep telling the story.
No, so
pay no attention.
I gotta find the picture. It's somewhere. I think it's somewhere on my Facebook. Did I ever tell you this story about what my son wrote?
Why, when he was older?
No, it was the same time, right before my grandfather died. My son on a piece of paper, he scribbled. It was a white piece of paper, and he scribbled this big fucking blue like thing, right? And it was upside down. You look at it and you turn it.
Yes.
It says God, big G. O.D. Really? My grandfather died the next fucking day.
Yeah, you did
Creepy
tell me that.
Shit,
once you started talking about the scribbles, you did tell me that.
Same thing happened to me and my grandfather. This is back in '81. Went to a wake for my grandfather's cousin, whatever. Grandfather walks up to his stone and says something. I said, Grandpa, what'd you say? He's like, no, whatever like that. So my grandmother asked him what you said, and he said to her, I'll see you very, very soon. Like, he was in perfect health. Fucking next day he died.
Unbelievable.
The next day?
Next day he died.
That's crazy.
See, I didn't grow up. Unfortunately, I didn't grow up with any my grandparents. I had one grandma who lived in Florida, who really wasn't around. She was kind of a tyrant.
California,
my dad was an orphan.
She was a tyrant.
My grandma. I used to do early on in comedy. I did jokes about her never buying me a toy because the one toy she bought me I broke when I was 6 years old. Little Tykes, the Fisher Price fucking plane, the airplane. And I broke the wing off, so she came back the next year, like she lived in Florida, and I had tape on it and everything. She got all mad that I broke the toy that I was playing with it. So I got like socks and underwear for the rest of my fucking life from her. She was a tough old broad, my mother's mother, but not when you're 7. Are
you crying because you got a Christmas gift? No, what kind of kid gets a ground beef like that?
That's what it's like,
Scrooged.
Yeah. But my dad was all right?
You suck in.
A fucking booger shot in the back of my throat going about 140. Sorry.
Didn't
taste like a jelly donut, did it?
Super slow-mo.
Actually.
Sorry. You know what? I get hungry. I'm sitting here like, man, I need... Because I only had that one piece of pizza and the donut. I had this other donut over here. I need it. I never had grandparents, so I never had that. My kids have grandparents up the wazoo. They got... My parents... my parents have both been remarried, so now there's 4 on that side instead of 2. My father-in-law is remarried, and my mother-in-law never was, so there's 3. So they got 7 fucking grandparents, as opposed to 4 is the max, usually 2 and 2, I had none, so we went from none to fucking 7.
2 and 4 and 6 is 9.
There you go.
I saw it.
He knows it's up there.
Are you kidding me? I fucking saw that stupid look on his face.
I never had that, but as far as ghost and spiritual stuff, when we were little kids, me and a whole group of friends of us, we had the conference house on Staten Island by us, which is a 1680. It was built around 1680. They had a big conference in September 11th, believe it or not. September 11th, 1776. There was a conference there where Thomas Jefferson was there, Admiral Howe from the English, trying to prevent the Revolutionary War from actually happening. So that's why it's called the conference house.
On 9/11?
Bro, could you believe it? September 11th, 1776.
That
date has been significant in a few things throughout the World War One. There was a significant
gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts. But when we were little kids, we seen a little girl up in the window, but we were 10 years old, and kind of blew it. And then I blew it off. We seen it, and we got scared and ran home. As a young adult, I kind of put ghost bullshit, all the stuff people saying them bullshit.
Sticker.
Oh shit! Remember those?
Yeah. What was it?
Tot Finder.
Oh yeah, remember the Tot Finders? Yeah. Now you have I have.
Me and my sister had those. Remember, Rochelle?
2 cats, 1 dog, a turtle, and kids.
Yeah. Now the Tot Finders are on the back of vehicles. I hate that shit.
But fast forward, we lived in a house that was much like this, very old.
There's no fast forward with Craig.
That my kids often seen a man with red eyes, and I didn't believe it. I thought they were just bullshitting, getting scared because just for whatever reasons. But I used to get creeped out in the basement. It was a creepy house, But I was in that era in my life where I was in heavy denial. I look back now, and my poor kids were tortured by a spirit in this house. Where my friend died of cancer. My friend Drew passed away of stomach cancer, and when he has 2 daughters who are still very friendly, very close to us. When my wife and Brianna, my daughter, was 5 years old when he died, they went to see his stone. When they got the stone, his wife had his face etched in the stone on his tombstone, his face. And when they went there, Brianna's 5 years old, she goes, Mommy, that's the man who made the man with the red eyes go away. So my buddy Drew, I'm getting the chills again, talking like some fucking hair standing up. My buddy Drew, who died of cancer, apparently, because it's a little girl, where's she going to get this from at 5 years old? She was 4 when he died. 5 years old at this tombstone saying that's the man who made the man with the red eyes go away. Thank you. It's, she didn't just make that up. No one told her to say it.
No calories if you look at
Is that what you were doing? You're getting the So fast forward that like my kids got tortured by this man with the red eyes. Who my daughter we used to think she was falling out of bed not every night, but like 3 nights a week. She was getting pushed out of bed. She used to say she got pushed out of bed. I thought she was just sleeping like little kid. She was 4, 5, 6 years old. Yeah. We lived in this house.
I lived in my house because my father smoked a lot of weed.
But no, not even like funny. Like my son's closet door was an old house. Closet door sometimes would get jammed. You couldn't open it, and it would just pop open, and it was loose as shit. It had one of those old-fashioned lever handle.
I know what you're talking about.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Why, you had that here?
No, I forget where my uncle's
like
house.
The doors used to get jammed, and it wasn't jammed because it was loose. You could see the bottom. You just couldn't get in there. I'm really getting the chills because I feel bad that you
didn't know.
I used to get mad at my kids, but I used to get mad at them like, stop making this shit up, and they weren't making it up. They were really living this, and my wife was living it. The one thing.
When Poltergeist came out, my sister made my father cut the tree down outside that window. True story.
But it wasn't until
that was crazy.
It wasn't until I worked at the hospital. Oh. I went into a room. My hospital dates back 150 years. It had been added on. There were sections, but the old original building that I used to have to go and do readings in this room up on the rooftop, a machine room. Only way in and out.
Click. I'm just
the only way you can go into this room is to go out of the building and back into just off the roof. And and I used to hang out in there. You heard that bang, right?
People upstairs.
Oh yeah, that's why it sounded like it was right there. But this room, I used to see shadows all the time in this room. And I used to just blow it off. It's late, it's night, I'm tired.
Blew a shadow. That's all.
One night, the shadow fucking walked right in front of me, turned, looked at it. Was only the upper body of the and you couldn't make out facial features. You could see the head clearly, the arms, the upper body. It came out real quick, turned, looked right at me, and like you seen it turn and move its arms, and it went right back. And now I'm doing this. I'm like standing there, like waving my arms, my legs, looking for my shadow. My shadow is right here, and this was like 15 feet. I'm like, I seen you. I got scared. I went back and told my people, because I had to go up in that room twice a day, twice a night. I was working like the overnights a lot then, to take readings on the equipment up there. So I go back, I tell my boss and a few of the people in the office, and they're all like, yeah, one guy believed it, everything. After I walk out, 2 of the other maintenance guys that did what I did, both individually came up to me and said, Craig, we see shit in that room all the time. We didn't want to bring it up in front of everybody because we didn't want them to pick on us and fuck with us. But they see shit all the time in that room. And right away I was like, all right, it's not me. They see shadows moving around in that room all the time. So I used to go up there and talk to it because I was so afraid, not afraid. I just had to go up in that room. Never tried to do anything. But I used to watch TV and I used to take naps in that room and shit, So now I'm up there and I would walk in, I'd be like, hi, how are you? We went up one night with that app on the phone, but my buddy had a better app on his phone, and one of the guys who worked at the hospital. Yeah. I'm like, where are you from? It said PA. It came up Pennsylvania, but it said PA.
That's something this exits also. So.
What'd you say? Yeah. But then we asked, what could we do for you? What do you want? And it said burnt, usual, burnt, because it was one word at a time. Usual, burnt, pie. So I didn't know if he wanted like pizza. I brought up 2 overcooked pieces of pizza, and I left them in the room one night.
Stuck them underneath the door.
Bro, I went up there and I left them. I was like, here you go. And 4 hours later, I got to go back up there. I was like, oh my God, if there's a bite taken out of this motherfucker, I am going right home. I am never coming in this room again. There was nothing bitten out of it, but
They smelled the shit out of it.
Right. I think it was like wafting.
I have 2. Well, one time, I have a Ouija board story.
Ooh, scary.
Yeah. You're supposed to have a male and a female sitting facing each other, Indian style.
On a Ouija board?
Yeah. It's supposed to be a male and a female get the best reading.
Really?
Yeah, if you got to read directions. So
I was always afraid of them.
Yeah. So we sit Indian style, and we have the Ouija, and we're not asking it questions. The third friend is asking it questions. And I only met this guy today. We met him in the park. You know how kids are. Right. Whatever. And we weren't drinking.
He only met him today.
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Well, yeah, 30 years ago. And we were in the park. We hugged whatever. The girl I was seeing at the time. And we went to her house. Her parents were always out. And we were sitting on the floor, and we did this.
Those are the best girls to date.
Yeah, her parents were always gone. We drank there when we were like 14, 15. And the best part, bro, her house was right up against a pizzeria. I don't know why. There was space in between the houses like this. Yeah. So we would throw empty bottles and shit, and and all the...
It'd all get wedged
everything, all in between the houses. Like, if you knocked that house down, there was like 1,200 bottles. But, so we did this, right? So this guy, I don't even remember his name, he starts asking questions, this and that. And nothing's happening. I think she's moving it, he's moving it. So all of a sudden, I don't even remember what the answer was. I'm trying to think. Anyway, he said to the guy, he goes, all right, if you know, it said, does the spirit know me? And yes. Were you a relative? Yes. Would I know who you are by your name? Yes. It was only, there's like yes, no, and letters. So then he said, all right, if you know who I am, what was my first dog's name? Now I don't remember what the dog's name was. So the letters move this, and that, and it doesn't even make sense, the letters that we picked. So we're like, whatever. And he turned white as a ghost.
What, the guy asking the questions?
Yeah, turned white as a ghost, took the fucking thing and threw it. I'm like, bro, we can't fucking do this. All of a sudden, the heat came on in the fucking house. It was creepy, bro. Apparently, I don't remember what his dog's name was, but the ghost spelled the fucking dog's name backwards. And it fucking flipped him out, bro. Like it was Spot. I don't even remember what the dog's name was.
But if that's what it was, right? It came out.
Oh, I know what it was. It was Rusty backwards. So it was
YTSUR.
Yeah.
Really?
And we're like, what is that? And he turned, dude, we're almost in the dark, and I could see him turn white and smack the fucking thing out of our hands and go.
And don't they say something about with the backwards? It's like demon, like if it spells words backwards. See, I believe, I'm a firm believer now that I'm older. Yeah. Bro, it happened to me like 3 times. Every time
I got one more story when you guys are done.
I got one too. I'm not done.
Bro, no, please. I love these stories. How's that? What is this chat room? They're all talking about ghost stories in there too?
No, they're talking about cakes. Brianna had a Mulan cake. A Sweet 16 cake with strawberry shortcake.
They're talking about cakes.
They're talking about, they got on their...
Glad I don't want to see it because I'm fucking gaining weight. I got one more story and then you guys can talk whatever you want. I don't want to forget.
No. Go tell the other story.
12 years old. I rode home from baseball practice all the time on my bike.
You told me this story.
So I'm riding home on my bike. God, I got the chills already, man. So I'm riding home on my bike, right? And there was, remember sweet shops? Remember sweet shops? You go in, get soda, ice cream, baseball cards. Well, I was at the Garbage Pail Kids at the time. So I remember exactly, bro. I had a yellow, remember the Velcro wallets you had? It was yellow with blue, right? And I know I only had fucking $5 in there. So I pull up, leave my bike up against the door, and I turn around. There's a fucking Indian guy. He's got a neck brace and his arm out like this, right? Yeah. And he's right at the bus stop. So I'm like, sir, what's going on? He's like, oh, I have a flat tire. You know, this. I was like, listen, my dad just told me how to change a flat like 3 weeks ago. Let me help you out. Poor guy, you know what I mean? He's got a flat tire. And he's nothing. So I had to jack the car up. I changed the tire, took the old tire, threw it in the trunk. This is back when you got a full tire.
Right.
Put it on the car, whatever, with the lug nuts, kicked the hubcap in. But I was like, he was kind of freaking me out because he was like standing too close to me. And I was like, there was like weird, we just, that kid that disappeared. You know, the kid, the guys from America's Most Wanted.
Oh yeah.
His son was stolen that summer. So this is like at the end of the summer when we came back from Florida. We were in Florida at that beach when it happened. So I'm all freaked out. My mom's all freaked out, you know, about like strangers and shit. So he's kind of like creeping me out a little bit. So I changed the tire. I kicked the hubcap back on, and I left the spare leaning up against his car. I'm like, all right, man, I really got to get going. My parents are going to worry about me. I just got to run to the store. So the guy he goes, here's a $20 bill. Get whatever you want. I said, man, I can't. Now, $20 bill in the 80s is like $100 now. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So I said to the guy, I'm like, no, my parents are real strict. My dad, he'll know, like, where, you know, he'll know I have extra money. Where did I get the extra money from? You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, I can't. So I didn't take anything. I turn around, I walk into the store, I get my wallet out, there's a fucking $20 bill in my fucking wallet. I'm like, now how long does that take? I walked into the store, 5 steps, opened my wallet to see if I had my money on me, noticed it, turn around, 12, 15, 20, I turn around, the car is gone, he's gone, everything. There's a little fucking old lady sitting there on the bench. She wasn't there when I was changing the tire. Just sitting there waiting for her bus. I said, ma'am, where did that broken down car go? She's like, I have no idea, but this bus is 30 minutes late. I'm like, holy shit. I fucking rode my bike home and so goddamn fast. Freaked me the fuck out. That was like a test, I think, you know? Yeah. Like God tested me.
You told me that story when we first went up. When I went up in the car with you to your hometown, you told me about that. You drive me through the town showing me like what it used to be and stuff like that. You told me that story. Yeah. What was yours? You said you had another story too.
2-second stories.
No, like he talks more than I do, and he's got a 2-second story.
First one was my brother and I shared a room when we were growing up. Okay?
Yeah.
And we were young. I was probably 9. He was 11. And
I shared a room with my brother too.
We had this. I don't know. Remember the old light switches where they had like glowed? They had that little glow on the light.
Yes,
switch?
you can see. Yes.
We had a light switch, okay, and I remember I had to go to.
It was like a built-in night light, so you could see it.
It was built into the light switch, but it was always like it looked like a candle burning.
Orange. It was that orange glow, so you could see it at night.
Yeah.
Sure, we had that.
So
2 seconds is an hour. Still, I'm just kidding.
So one night I got pissed really bad. I got to get up, and I don't want to have to turn the light on. And you know when you're comfortable in your bed, and you're like, I don't want to get up for nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm laying in bed, like, I wish I could get this friggin' light on, and I see myself get up, say, turn around and say, don't worry, I'll put the light on. And then 2 seconds later, the fucking light went on. My brother stood up, I woke up, and I'm like, did you just turn the light on? He's like, no, I was sleeping. And I go, did you just turn the light on? No. So for years, we thought it was a ghost, okay? Then what happened was, I guess the switch was on halfway.
And it would go up and down.
Well, because it happened to us once again, and then whatever. But like for years, we did that. So we always thought that was like the fun. I came out of life experience, whatever. And you talk about. I forgot the second one.
No, that's it. You know, it's funny you saying that because like Vic talking about Vic DiBattista before. I'm doing a show with him a few months ago, and he's like, "Craig, before we go, come in the house for a minute." So I drove to his house. We're getting in his car and going to the show.
Time's up, Richie.
He's like, you got to see this. I'm like, what? We go up to his. He goes, look, I just put a ceiling fan in my daughter's bedroom, right? He goes, look, see, it's on and everything, right? Go down the hall. Do me a favor, shut the light out in the other room down the hall. I turn the light out. He goes, yeah, now turn the fan on with the remote. Now turn around. The light in the other room was on. The ceiling fans were the same with the same remote. For 2 days, him and his wife were fighting, thinking that they kept leaving the light on and then wondering why the light was on. They were on the same remote. So when he put the light on in his daughter's room, the other spare room,
we just did that
it was coming on.
Yeah,
and they're like,
fans.
we've been turning this thing off. It keeps coming back on. What the fuck is wrong? And it was the remote, but it took them 2 days to figure it out because they just kept arguing. Why are you leaving the light on?
I used to do that to my grandfather. From his bedroom, you could change the kitchen one because it was the same remote, Emerson, and I would change it. And
did you? And he'd just be like, what the hell's going on in there?
You could get him with anything, my grandfather, man. And he would, when he was going deaf, he would have like, remember you used to have the headphones, right?
Right.
He would have the headphones plugged into the TV, right? But the wire was like literally just long enough. And sometimes he would pull away too far, and the fucking television was on 97. So you'd be coming on all of a sudden, and you'd hear,
Bro, did you guys see The Conjuring?
Yeah.
Holy shit. We just watched that.
I like the Vine that you did.
Are you seen that Vine?
I've seen so many of those movies. Which one is that? I can't remember.
It's
the closet?
It's based on the basement. It's based on a true story of the people, the Zaffis, Warren. What were their names?
Check your phone. Your sister just said.
Check my phone.
She must have sent you a message.
Oh, shit. No, she sent me the image
of what
Zach wrote.
She still has it?
Yeah, it's somewhere. I don't know how. My sister's crazy. She keeps...
No, you're not crazy, Michelle. We're just...
There you go.
I'll send it to you.
So we can put it up behind the screen. Yeah, but The Conjuring's the one based on the real life people, the husband and wife that have been in, like if you watch the shows The Haunting.
Thank you, Shelley.
You know the show The Haunting. It's on like
that one.
Well, that show's been on for like 10 years. That couple has been on like 50 or 60 of those shows because they're world renowned. They wrote a whole bunch of books.
That's the one.
Yeah, he's a demonologist and she's a clairvoyant. The husband and wife.
Okay.
They made it famous by they were the first people.
Is that the ones that collect shit and they have a room? Oh my god.
Yes, and they really did it. Now they also their nephew is the guy Zaffis or whatever. He had the show The Haunted Collector on. It was on for like 3 seasons.
He collects like things that are haunted, and they have this room full of the shit. Like you pick 90 movies that what's in this fucking
right,
room.
and in that room they used to have
doll, the doll,
the one in the beginning is the doll behind the glass. They said, "Do not open the glass."
It's a real bad one.
And like his nephew salts things. He puts them under glass and puts salt around some of them. But they have a priest come in every month and bless the room and bless everything to keep it all null and void. And they had like 5 locks on the friggin' door.
What's the one where the the closet swallows them up or something? There's something with the
Poltergeist?
No.
That was
one of the horror movies that closet. There was a closet, like an old closet.
Well, this one had the closet.
It was
that
it?
would open. Yeah,
and
she
the woman was in it.
Head. Yeah. Well, the one was on the woman. It was a woman ghost in this that was haunting everything. She was a Satanist. The spirit.
Mama was good too. Did you see Mama?
Bro, Mama was great. Just watch
the only problem I had with Mama was they shouldn't have showed the entity. It was corny.
I thought
Ghost of the Mother.
No, I thought the entity looked awesome. I liked that they show. You want to see it a little bit, huh?
Pick the picture up right here.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is the picture that my son drew upside down the day before my grandfather passed away.
If you see G-O-D,
it says God.
There's the G. O-D.
Okay, Madden.
Not for
crazy,
you,
right?
Yeah.
Not for you, dickhead. For the people at home.
And boom.
Fucking jerk off.
I like that you guys argue for once.
He wrote another one that said jerk off. It was to you.
My son doesn't remember. Obviously, he doesn't remember writing that. But thank you, Michelle. But yeah, there's some good horror movies, man.
Yeah, could you pull up the Vines on there? Are you on Vine?
I do want to talk about wrestling real quick.
All right, you know what?
That.
We actually,
We'll do wrestling today. We'll do Vines next week.
No, yeah, we'll do Vines next week.
The Vines then.
Because we didn't go. I'm not a big wrestling fan now. I was when I was a kid growing up.
I was off and on.
Obviously, you see all this out here. What was this weekend?
We had WrestleMania.
Oh, there's a picture. Look at that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Undertaker won 21 matches in a row, and he lost to Brock Lesnar.
Now Beast. That's the Undertaker laying there right there.
Yeah.
No, didn't the Undertaker used to come out with the hat on and the big jacket?
Oh yeah, all that
Is
shit.
the Buster Douglas of boxing?
Yeah, like 20.
No, he won 21. No, Buster Douglas got one shot.
No, I'm saying the
21.
The other guy
21 WrestleManias.
The other guy, nobody or no?
No, Brock Lesnar.
Brock is this guy right here.
We don't have a picture of him, but Brock. It's my son's kid toys.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Brock is the beast.
He have a big tattoo on his back?
Yeah, it's fucking huge. He's got one down right down the middle. I should have got a picture of him. He's got one right down the middle here.
Well, look at that. What's his name? Brock what?
Lesnar.
Yeah, so see if you can look him up on Google. Brock Lesnar, wrestler.
Hulk Hogan. He was the. It was a great. Like you're not into.
But I was back in the day.
Damn it! I should have got it.
Like Hulk Hogan, they put him in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
And Ultimate Warrior. Now these are all wrestlers that when I was watching wrestling, these were wrestlers. Ultimate Warrior was awesome.
Yeah.
Can you do online from there to there or no?
What do you mean?
Can you look up a YouTube video and put it up right now, or you have to download it?
No,
do me a favor. Just forget Brock Lesnar. You got to see this moment if we can pull it up.
What is it?
You got to Google Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay. All from this one now?
Unbelievable. All three of them.
Wrestled?
No, come out and fucking shit talk and everything to each other,
really?
about life and everything. Yeah, if you could try
YouTube,
to, just put in The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold.
My best friend,
WrestleMania.
Mike, the guy I call the Colonel, took his son here. I told you, I showed you pictures. Took his son here this weekend. This was in New Orleans at the Saints.
30?
Yes.
Yeah. This is at the Saints Theater that now the Mercedes-Benz.
This is big though. Undertaker won
and the
21 times at WrestleMania
and got beat.
21 years, Craig.
I know. I can't believe he's wrestling
and
that
dropped to
long.
him.
Well, see, I was watching wrestling a little bit still then when he first started because he was bad. He was cool looking. He had the big jacket, he had the long hair.
I like Brock. You want to know why? He left WWE, went to UFC, won 2 titles there.
Oh, he's a UFC fighter too. That came
champ. He's bought both of the heavyweights.
So he's a real fighter.
What's his name? The guy that's in the movies that we all saw.
Oh, Jason Statham?
No, not Statham. The UFC fighter.
Yeah, the one with the ear. The little ear.
Yeah.
What's his name? That's
whatever his name is.
I got a 2-minute clip, 20-minute clip.
No, let's go with the 2-minute clip.
Man, we'll see what.
We got 12 minutes left of the show. Let's go with the 20-minute clip. Fucking Rick. You want the half hour? I got one here, 33 minutes.
Well, no, I don't know which. I didn't see it, so smart ass.
Neither did I, smart ass. Wow, we're gonna watch a video off of someone's video off their television.
Oh my god.
This is WrestleMania. It's in its 30th year. So rip off your t-shirt, open up some beer. We got Piper, we got Heenan, the list keeps growing. Steamboat Savage.
Bro, look how big Hulk still is, Hogan.
We got Batista, King Kong Bundy, Shawn Michaels, and Sheamus. If we fought the 3 of us, we'd stick our boots right up their anus.
Yo, is King Kong Bundy here? We work with him. We've done comedy with King Kong.
Foley we work with.
I work with Mick.
This is no good. Don't worry about it. Next week I'll edit it. It's a really good video.
And as cool as they just named it, me and him together and separately have worked with King Kong Bundy, Mick Foley, which is not Triple H. He was the
Mankind.
Mankind, and what was the other one with the man?
Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack.
All those shows I've seen.
But Mick Foley, yeah, he was a huge wrestler for many years.
We also worked with
Raven.
Balls Mahoney.
Balls Mahoney.
Yeah.
Raven, right? The other one's Raven. He still wrestles WWE and all that shit.
No, he don't wrestle anymore.
Oh, he's not wrestling anymore?
No.
He still was a little bit when I first worked with him about 5 years ago. Or maybe he was just still doing commentary or something.
Rob Van Dam. He came back on Raw tonight. Nobody gives a shit, but I do.
No, but it's so funny how many wrestlers, professional guys of this caliber, try stand-up after
some comics like, what was the, Round Boy Jimmy Graham, he roasted, Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon got inducted into the Hall of Fame
this year. Oh yeah, and he wrote. Yeah, there's a lot of. It's funny how comedy is wrapped around wrestling. Not in the sense. I mean, it is funny and stuff.
No,
but
The Rock is unbelievable though.
Wrestling or funny?
Funny wise. Oh my god.
Well, he's a great actor. I love him as an actor.
He's fucking great. The Rock.
Bro,
I got to get some clips for you, man.
Be Cool. He is so funny because he plays the gay guy and Be Cool.
The Tooth Fairy. I mean, you got to see the Tooth Fairy.
Well, who's the pacifier? Oh no, it's Vin Diesel.
Yeah. And then we got, what was the other one? The Game Plan. Did you ever see that one?
No, that's
where The Rock's a football player.
No.
And he's got a daughter that he doesn't know about.
Nope.
And he's got like the Super Bowl, football, like in the case, and she takes it and bejewels it,
I heard that was really funny.
It's a really good movie.
I like The Rock as an actor. I mean, even from the what do you call it, King, the Scorpion Kings and stuff. Just because they were corny, but he's cool. Like to watch, but I like him in.
Michelle, my sister loved Junkyard Dog. Remember, he's dead.
Oh wait, Junkyard Dog is dead.
A long time ago, yeah. He
How
got
did
killed
he
in
die?
a car accident. Like
Him too?
Like 20 years ago. Yeah.
Bro,
the Bushwhackers. Remember the
Cowboy
Bushwhackers?
Jim Duncan, right?
Hacksaw Jim Duncan.
Jim Duncan.
Yep.
Oh, that guy.
The Russian guy, the Iron
Nikolai Volkov.
No, Ivan Polsky, the Polish.
No, Nikolai Volkov.
Nikolai Volkov.
Yeah, no, but Ivan.
What are the
Alpha and Sika?
Bulldogs?
Yeah, the British Bulldogs.
The British Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a show that's.
Bro, the Polish one that was. Bro, the Polish one that was Ivan Polsky was around with all those. He's around from the 70s.
He was before those guys.
Yeah.
Who?
Polsky was before
Ivan Putski.
Putski. No,
Putski,
he used to fight the Iron Sheik. No, him and the Iron Sheik were team.
Before we were watching it, like it wasn't.
Well, no, not when me and him were watching it because they
from the beginning. I mean,
like Bruno Sammartino. That's the era that Putski was in.
WrestleMania 1 live.
Yeah, the Polish Hammer was his move.
So did I.
It was fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I was kind of
Mr. T versus you got. It's horrible. Like we watched. It's so sad. Like the Ultimate Warrior was in the ring at WrestleMania Raw today. Yesterday. Fucking horrible.
How old is he then?
I don't know, but Hogan doesn't. He's as old as all of them. He's older than them.
But you never seen the Ultimate Warrior. He always had that awesome face paint.
Yeah, but he was like fucking huge.
Oh, he's fat?
No, but he looks like decrepit.
Right. Well,
Mr. T looked horrible.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. T is probably about 65 and
Hogan is that old too, though.
Hogan is about 60, but Hogan took care of himself.
Yeah, he did.
Who was the Giant?
He worked
Andre.
out.
He died.
The Giant. If he were alive today, he would look horrible too.
Well, the guy Paul White, who's the Big Show,
I would say
wrestles now.
The Big Show. Yeah,
he had the same disease as Andre the Giant, but had the surgery to stop it. Otherwise, he would have been 9 feet tall.
Yeah, the pituitary.
Well, how big is the Big Show? Still 500 pounds.
No, he's 450, 7'5", or 7'4".
Remember George the Animal Steel?
Yeah.
Come on, the SD Special Delivery Jones. He was like the professional loser.
Yep.
I never seen him win, but I always wanted him to win. I love the SD Jones.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah. Bro,
They Live. I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. With the fucking glasses.
I am here to chew bubblegum.
That was one of my the quotes
Yes,
before.
yeah.
Remember last week was one of my quotes.
Like a year ago, I loved it.
I am here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Let me tell you,
and I'm
wrestling
all out of
has not.
bubblegum.
The only thing wrestling has changed, okay, is the glitz and the glamour and the fucking stage. Like you had to see WrestleMania. The fucking runway where they walk up to the stage was a fucking television, and like the fucking screens. Like when the Undertaker came out, it was like a fucking movie.
Bro, just look at that. You got
like
80,000
the fucking lightning and shit and all the smoke. He had 21 coffins lined up with everybody's name who he beat, and he fucking came out. It took him 12 minutes to come out. And him and Brock went at it for like 40 minutes. It was awesome.
Bro, there's the big 21-1 right there.
Yep.
And then my buddy, I said, my buddy
What's
Mike.
that?
Did you put that up there?
Hey, is that Greg Proops right there? Look, it looks like the comedian Greg Proops right there.
But wrestling is great, man.
Bro,
It's great. My son is into it. I'm into it.
Bro, my buddy the Colonel was like right here. He was the second row back after the folding chairs on the floor. He was in row B. That wasn't the tickets he got. His tickets that he got were like up in here. They were like $175. He had a guy come in Sunday morning, seen him and his son like doing all the early stuff and everything, and him and his son had gotten given extra tickets or better tickets.
Well, they used to simulcast the WrestleMania years ago.
So they
remember that or no?
Yeah.
Hey, no, that's all right, no problem.
You can go to the Park and Rec and watch it. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying. I'm right in the middle of saying he had people, really nice, generous people, give them $450 tickets and upgrade him to 25 rows back. Like he's in this section right in here, over here. He said it was at like the 50-yard line, equivalent to.
That's insane.
But his tickets cost $175, and they were up in here somewhere. These tickets were $450 a piece, and they were given to him while they were online by a very generous guy.
The floor had to be 1,000.
Well, they got better tickets. They won tickets or got given better tickets, so they wanted to give their tickets away to someone that would appreciate them. So
wrestling's awesome though. I mean, I'm into it now because you got to. You know what they have now? It's called what's it called? I don't know, but they have old wrestling. They have like Hillbilly Jim, Mean Gene Okerlund, Nikolai Volkov, Iron Sheik. They all live in a house. They have like a reality show.
Get out of here!
Yeah, it's starting next Thursday on WWE Network.
That's gonna be awesome. I'll watch that because that's all the people.
Yeah, they have what's that? It's called, I can't remember what it's called, but it's on next Thursday.
You know who else? I was saying my buddy the Colonel, he took pictures. They were sitting right in front of him. Dusty Rhodes got really fat. He was always heavy.
Well, he's always fat.
He was always heavy, but he got even heavier. Yeah. But his picture, because he was sitting above him, and he's like this. This guy's like 70 years old, fucking texting or like tweet.
Both
he has his phone down like this. You can see the whole glow of the phone.
He's got 2 sons that wrestle.
Who?
You ever heard of Gold Dust?
Oh yeah, it's Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes'
and he was
son.
sitting with someone else, one of the old timers.
Cody Rhodes is his other son that wrestle. They
But
both wrestle.
Bruno Sammartino was there. They met Bruno. I showed you some of the pictures. He met the guys from the Shield guys, and he met a couple of other guys. They went to like that breakfast thing, and Cena, whatever Cena, what's his name, John Cena. He does like a breakfast commercial or something. So they went down there in the morning, and they were giving out big bowls of Cocoa Puffs or whatever the breakfast cereal he does, and then they had that big live like balls. It was like a ring with big spoons in it and shit. And his somebody in there was all the foam. Yeah. And he's playing, jumping in the foam.
It was foam.
Yeah.
But it was based all on the cereal. And
you know what's cool? Like all like the wrestlers that we watched, like early, all their sons wrestle, man. Like Ted DiBiase's son wrestles. Randy Orton is Bob Orton's son. Like everybody's son wrestles. Right. It's awesome to watch.
It's just like look at football now. How many sons of our football players?
You got to think too. Like who's a genius though? The Triple H. You ever heard of Triple H? Yeah. He married like the owner's son. I mean owner's son. Owner's daughter.
He married the owner's son. Right.
Wait, and
that's why he wears spandex.
Wait, and his son doesn't get along and left WWE. He has nothing to do with WWE.
Wait, whose son?
Vince. Shane.
And what does he do?
He left. I don't know. He does his own thing.
There was a big fight back then, wasn't there?
Yeah, but does he do his own thing with wrestling?
No,
Did he start his own wrestling?
I don't know
thing?
what he does. I don't. I gotta
but
look it up.
But that's Vince McMahon's son you're talking about.
He left.
Well, apparently Vince McMahon is known to be a real tyrant, like a real scumbag.
Well, Triple H married his daughter, and he's like.
Well, wasn't his daughter wrestling?
Yeah, whatever you want to call
Tammy?
it that.
What was her name?
Sonny. Remember Sonny?
Stephanie.
Miss Stephanie, right? Wasn't it Miss Stephanie?
Stephanie McMahon.
Remember Sonny, like the original Divas back then years ago? They had Sonny, you had Chyna, all them, those things.
Well, they can't
graduate high school with Sonny.
Was Sonny ugly?
No, she's pretty. I
don't remember.
Are you one of those one-up guys that always knows somebody went to school? Like last week, you went to school with the girl from Big Bang, and now your wife went to school with this one.
Oh,
so next week, who did you go to school with next week?
In the tri-state area, you're going to have a million people that go to school, people.
Lita was in...
Hey, I went to a bar mitzvah with Ricky Schroeder.
Oh, see, there you go. And he's from Staten Island, and so am I.
From Marlboro, though.
Who is?
No, the bar mitzvah I went to was somebody from Marlboro.
You ever see Lita? You ever watch Lita wrestle?
No.
No, you have to watch her, man. She got into the Hall of Fame.
Is she now? Oh no, back in the day. The blonde.
No, not back in it. No, not back in the day.
Who was the blonde?
90s.
Who was the blonde?
Ivory.
I know she's blonde.
The one that was married to Stone Cold.
Yeah.
I forget her name. She sucked. Lita would do backflips off the top rope. And
no,
shit.
but I was talking about that one because she was married to another famous.
No, Stone Cold. I don't remember.
Are they still married?
Sade. I know what you're talking
Hey,
about.
believe it or not, it's that time, man.
Yeah, Sadie. I don't remember her name. What was Stone Cold's wife? Anybody know? Glow. Remember Glow Wrestling?
Glow.
You know what I used to watching? It used to be like, a little turn on. Remember roller rink?
Oh, Derby?
Roller derby?
Yeah, it's
man.
on. I don't know if it's on here, but on Staten Island, like every Sunday night.
They
It's
have roller derby in.
Dino Bravo, Haystacks Calhoun.
a nice Haystacks Calhoun.
That's fucking Mike Rosano.
Nice. Well, yeah, Mike's another big boy like you guys that sits home and watch TV a lot. Right, Mikey?
Special Delivery Jones.
That's why I said that. SD, Special Delivery Jones.
You know who actually is
Alpha
the champ
and
now?
Sika, the
guy
Samoans.
your size.
What's his name?
Daniel Bryan. He's the heavyweight champ now. He beat, get this, he had to wrestle Triple H, right? He beat Triple H. Then later in WrestleMania, he had to wrestle Batista, who's a beast,
Right.
and Randy Orton. And Triple H came out during that match to interfere.
Did this guy...
He's still-
Wait, who's the guy Mike says? Batista? No, the other guy, right?
Who, that you look like?
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan.
And was he an MMA guy too? Is he a real fighter?
Just regular
And he's
wrestler.
little? But he's
dude.
just jacked up.
No, not even.
So why? How? What makes him so?
He's just,
This was Sonny.
You're not going to show me Sonny and Cher, are you?
Yeah, babe. Yeah.
That was Sonny back in
I
the
don't
day.
remember her.
She
No.
was-
Look up
she
Daniel
was-
Bryan real quick so you can show Craig.
And
Daniel who?
Daniel Bryan.
so that was Sunny, huh?
Yeah.
Sonny.
Yeah. She looks sunny.
Where's my
Was
son?
he with the guys that got the goatee and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
You need a full-size
excuse
picture
me.
of him if you got
Excuse me.
A full size picture.
it. Yeah, like, you see how tall he is.
I'd rather look at Sunny, I think.
I just want to show you
Dude, I
that.
don't think there is a full size picture. It's all the pictures are showing him. They're showing like half of his body.
Does he
half
have the
his
belt?
body. Oh, here we go.
Picture him next to another wrestler.
Oh.
Scale.
That's what I'm looking for.
Move out to the end. I need it for scale.
Comb the desert.
Screw you.
We ain't found shit. We're almost done, guys. I just wanted to show Craig this because it was interesting.
But our producer moves like the wind.
There's no pictures of him next to the
Just,
wrestlers.
I thought you had one.
No, I had a picture of him.
Just put a picture of it. Let's want to see his face. Who gives
Just
a
look,
fuck?
just bring him.
Let me just see a picture of his left eye. That's all I want to see. One eye, just like
You can
this.
get the picture because if he's in the ring or something.
I'll look it up on my fucking phone at this point.
There you go.
There you go. I'm still looking at
Hey, Sonny.
Sunny. Yeah.
It's always Sunny.
I do
in-
look just like
It's always-
Philadelphia.
Oh, great.
There you go.
What a dick.
Wow.
There's nothing. I'm telling you. Look at here. Here's one here.
You know what's funny? That looks like
Same
my
thing.
my nephew Brian. His
Daniel?
eyes and everything. But he's 6 foot tall, my nephew.
They
This
have
guy's
it.
five
They
fucking
haven't. How tall is this guy now? You said.
5'10", 5'7",
Oh,
or
so
5'8".
I'm 5. I used to be 5'8". It says on my license, but I'm a solid 5'7" now. I digressed. I'm an inch shorter than I used to be.
Why don't you type Daniel Bryan Kane? Like, type another wrestler's name.
Well, I wanted to see. Here, look at them there.
There you go. That's
No. The other guy has the shirt. Yes. The other guy says yes.
he's the yes guy.
Oh, this is the guy that says yes. Oh, because my buddy the Colonel has some really good pictures of him wrestling. And everybody has the yes. It just says yes, all the signs. He said when he came out and started the yes, he said the whole dome, the Superdome, was fucking shaking.
Was it?
Yeah, from everybody doing yes. So at least I know who you're talking about from that. Thank you, Colonel Clink.
First picture I bring up.
Wow, thanks, man.
Three wrestlers.
Oh yeah, and he looks pretty short.
He is.
You want to run the show? Go
Now,
ahead,
who-
huh?
No, I'm
Now,
not.
who is that with the mask on?
Google it?
Kane. Yeah.
Now who? Because Kane is fucking big, man.
Yeah, Kane's 6 whatever. Here, zoom in.
Okay, I'm zooming in now.
See how little he is?
Oh, look at it. Yeah, here we go.
All right, people.
Yep.
All right.
He's the Spud Web. Ooh. Okay. That's it. We're done.
All right, guys.
All right, Cohen. All right, so listen, thanks for tuning in this week. This weekend, for anybody out there that's in the area, me and Buddha will be in Brick, New Jersey, the 12th for this cause. Look on both of our Facebook pages. The flyer's right up there. The following Saturday, I'm down in the 19th. I'm with Vic DiPotetto again down in Waretown at Forked River. What's that? Long Shots. So Oh, excuse me. There was a long shot right there. And then me and Buda again on the 25th on Staten Island.
That's Buddha for everyone who wants to make the R silent.
Buda.
Booter? Did I say booter?
Yeah.
Now you're saying I don't say it. He says I don't say an R in all my words. And now when I say booter, I'm saying booter.
Every time you say Buda, I want to say parquet.
He says
Buddha.
booter. He says soda. What do you want from
Who
me?
says soda?
You.
I say soda.
All right, we got
Buddha.
Zach signing off,
Call me
guys.
Buddha.
Listen, I try to
Hey
enunciate.
guys, did he say booter?
Rewind
Fuck
back
you.
to 2
Listen, so
2
myself
hours and 03.
and Steven.
Did it stop?
No, it's still going.
Steven!
It froze on my screen.
Myself and Stephen Buda. It's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa.
How come it stopped?
I guess we're gone.
Oh, well, we're going offline then, guys.
Alright, later.
It's still on though. I still see it.
Over there, but is online?
What do we freeze? Just play the kids thing. Let's get out of here.
All right, we're playing Zach.
It came back.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good.
Let me make a better one, dude.
there you go.
I don't know why it's all pixelated. Bye, guys.
See you next
Bye, guys.
Tuesday.
Love
See
you.
you next Tuesday night.
No, just see you next Tuesday. See you. Are we off? We done?
Yeah,
What are
there's
we done?